What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Alex. Shout out to the Elite Fleet. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can become a member of the Elite Fleet. We got our boy here, Don, from Don Dada TV. Don,
Yo,
go
what's
ahead, holla
good?
at the people.
What's good? This is Darius from Down on the TV. How y'all doing?
Okay, it's Darius. My bad. I didn't know if your name was Don or not, and that's why you called it Don Dada TV.
Nah, I was in Mexico and I was like, man, I want my channel to be for men and women. So Don is a
Okay.
title of somebody of hierarchical status, and Donna is the equivalent of that. So that's why I came with that.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. Let me see who we got in the chat real quick. What's good, my man Patrick? What's good, Patrick? We got Anonymous in the chat. What's good, sis? Buckets and bouquets in the chat. How you doing? Good afternoon, everybody. Oh, baby girl in here with the wrench, making sure she got everything under control. Shout out to baby girl. And all right, man, let's get straight into it because I hate them shows where people take a whole bunch of time and then they don't just go straight into the topic.
I'm
Let's get
saying,
straight into the topic.
I'm
All right,
saying.
man. So, what's your thoughts on dating overseas versus dating in America? Which do you think is better and why? I'm gonna let you go first since you the guest.
Okay, getting your passport, see, getting this right here is basically another option if you can't handle the situation in the States, in the Western world. See, in the Western world, dating is not conducive to the natural order of things, how the man is the head and the woman is the helper. So, out overseas in like Southeast Asia or Latin America, people take things more naturally. There isn't all this weird concessions and all this craziness. Like in Mexico, for prime example, women are very educated, they got jobs, they don't need you for your money, and yet everybody happy, everybody in conducive relationships. Women ain't saying if you vote for this, swipe left, or none of this craziness. So I'm going to Colombia next year to even make a comparison. But in general, in Mexico and in Dominican, women are more chill, and it's a more natural state between the relations between men and women, which have been broken in Western societies due to other things.
Okay. Now, are you in Mexico right now?
No, I'm in the States. I'm back in the States.
Okay, you back in the States right now. So let
Yeah.
me ask you this. When you were in Mexico, how many of the men in Mexico were living with their mother?
I can't tell you that. I can't say because the men I hung out with in Mexico, they were very well off. So
Okay,
it wouldn't be a fair assessment to say that because these
okay,
men were businessmen. They had their own businesses and stuff like that. So these were, I can say these men were probably like the top 20%. And I didn't hang out with the average everyday man. I can't lie to you and say I did. I didn't. So I can't tell
okay.
you. I can say
So
the men I hung out with had their own place.
so you would agree that because you were hanging out with the top 10 to 20% men, that kind of skews
Mhm.
your view of what it's like for Mexican men dating in Mexico. Because if you're someone such as myself, I don't know if you're like a subscriber to the channel or how much of my channel you've seen, but I have no problem getting women to cook. I have no problem getting women to clean. I've been taking the concerts. I've been taking the sporting events. Like I get treated like a king over here all the time with pretty much no problem. Like I can go on, for example, people say, "Oh, dating apps, the girls don't match you on the dating apps." I got videos up here, 178 matches on Hinge, 160 something matches on Tinder. They speaking to me first. They treat me very well. So I would make the argument if you're a top 10 to 20% man over here, you're gonna have the same experience as over there in Mexico. The reason I asked you about the average Mexico man is because I want to know if the average man from Mexico or the average Mexican man is getting that same experience because you would have to ask yourself the question like people like to say you go over there, right? Like what you were just saying, and you get a more traditional woman and they just fall more into their femininity, right? But wouldn't
Yeah.
a traditional woman want a man who's local to her land? Why would a traditional woman want a man from the United States? Like in your experience, the women over there who spoke English, I have a saying that says if you go overseas and a woman speak English, and she's not working as like a teleservice rep or a tour guide or something like that, she's probably a 304 because why does she speak English? That's not her native language. What's the point? So what's your experience with that? The women who are single over there, why do you think that they're single if they're so great, they're so feminine, and it's just what men desire?
Some of them were in relationships, and like I said, some of the chicks were still in college, so a lot of them were well versed just because they took courses in college because their parents supported
Okay.
them, or they had their own jobs part time and they were able to take up English classes. So that situation was like that. Like I said, in Mexico, there's a lot of jobs out in Mexico. I met a lot of people from Dominican Republic, from Argentina that was living out in Mexico. So a lot of the chicks got their own jobs, they got their own car, they got their own stuff. Like when I was dating a chick on Tinder, she was an architect. She was asking me when we would like to see each other and stuff like that. In versus in maybe Dominican where women are more impoverished, but in general, the women there in Mexico were very self-sufficient. So it wasn't this weird kind of pay for play type of situation. It was a more natural situation where she just wanted to get to know you.
Okay. You think American women aren't the same here? Like the educated American women, you don't think they want to get to know you? You don't think they're nice? Because again, in my experience, they've been very nice to me. They'd be like, "Hey, come over to my house." They make me brunch. They make me everything. So, like, do you think that it has more to do with men needing to get their lives together? Because this is what I tell men: if you just like foreign women, that's fine. There's no problem with that. Like I told the story of Ed before in some of my live streams. Ed is a dude who I know. He's a Packer fan who I met. We all link up. We go to several games every single year. He has a life from Colombia, but Ed's a lawyer. So Ed was able to go over to Colombia, spend months there, really get to know her family, properly vet her, and decide, okay, this is what I want. Ed also had the funds to bring her back over to America, put her in his house, and basically give her the same lifestyle. She didn't have to. She could speak English, but she's not the most fluent. But it didn't matter because he can provide for her completely. So I want to ask you two questions. One, why is it that you believe in that? Because it's not just you, but just the passport bros in general seem to believe that American women don't act like this, and it's not their fault. Because you have men like me out here, and I'm not the only one. You got dudes like Alpha Male Strategies. You got dudes like Steph is Cold. You don't have these problems with females, right? So why do you think that they don't realize that they just need to do the work so that they don't have these problems? And then if you're the average American man, like I said, Ed was a lawyer. So he's a six-figure earner. How is it feasible for the average American man to bring a woman over here who's not native to the land, native to the language? She has no family, she has no support system. You think the average American man is going to be able to afford to bring a woman from Mexico over here?
Most of them won't, but you don't have to bring them over there. You can stay in their culture. Most guys go to these Latin American countries because they like the chill culture. It's more naturalistic. The women in the States who are educated normally have a lot of pride. They normally take on these weird masculine traits that make them unmarriageable. A lot of them have all these steps, all these lists of things you have to be in order to even date them. Whereas if you go to a place like in somewhere in Latin America, the chick, you just say, "Hey, I like you. You're attracted. Is she like
Can
you?"
I ask you a
You go out
question?
and date. Yeah,
What's the list they have in Latin America? When you go and talk to a Latin American woman, what's their standards?
there is no standard. Basically, just be nice, learn some Spanish. Let's go for a coffee date. You like each other, you hit it off, you get the draws, and you go from there. There's none of this weird. You got to be this. You got to make six figures. You got to have a six pack. You got to have this, that, like it is in the States. I'm
So
in a
in a
state.
relationship, right? Because in the States, like if I was to go to the club, right? If I was to go to DC, right? Because I live in the DMV, so I can hit up Baltimore, I can hit up Virginia, I can hit up DC, right? If I was to go to DC and go to a club called Ozios, right? That's where all like the ratchet chicks is at. I can go in there, with my caramel skin. That's a little joke I like to tell. I go in there with my caramel skin,
Yeah.
talk to a little hood rat. I grew up in the hood. Be like, what's
Mhm.
good, baby? Listen, after 2, 3 drinks, what you trying to do after this? She's gonna be like, nothing. I could take her home, make it clap the same night, right? So that would be the
But
equivalent to going out and meeting a woman in Mexico, and basically she likes you, so she lets you sleep with her. But in terms of a relationship, right? If I wanted to date that same ratchet woman, that's when she's gonna hit me with the standards. Now I don't think she's gonna say six figures because I think the six figures thing is just a YouTube talking point. I've never met a woman who literally said in real life, like outside of the metaverse, you have to have six figures to talk to me. As a matter of fact, how many women do you know who have kids? Just
A
off the
lot.
top of your head, roughly.
Shit. At least 8.
At least eight in America, right?
Yeah.
8. How many of their baby fathers make six figures?
No.
Exactly.
No.
So it's a YouTube talking point that you don't have to have six figures. Most women's baby fathers are broke. So, but what I'm saying is when we're talking about a relationship, right? Because you can just smash here. We in 304 culture. Like, don't y'all agree with that too? Passport bros,
But
all
you
these
gotta,
girls
but you gotta play with a lot of the
game.
games. You gotta do a lot of this, like alpha male strategy. You gotta have all these weird manipulations, all this craziness. You gotta do. You can't text them right away. You can't. You gotta wait 3 days for this, 6 days for that. None of that is in Latin America.
I just told you I could go to a club and take a girl home the same night.
That's you. You may have the secret sauce, but we talking about the average man. The average man has to do all these weird things, see dating coach. There's no dating coaches in Latin America, in Dominican, in Mexico. There's no dating cultures. She like you like her. They doing what's natural.
You don't think the passport bros are dating coaches?
No, there's no dating. There's no 6 ways how to get a girl's phone number. There's none of that in Mexico. There's none of that in Colombia. There's none of that in Brazil. All it is, you go up, you approach a chick, if she like you, then you get the number, you go from there. You do what's natural.
So you don't think you could go outside right now and approach a woman and she like you and you get her number and y'all just start. You don't think you could do that right now? Just going outside?
You can, dependent. You can get a number, but I'm saying that there's a lot of hoops to go through. There's a lot of nonsense you have to deal with. Not every woman is bad. I live here in Utah. For a black guy, it's easy to get women, but you still got to deal with the weird feminist nonsense. You still got to deal with just strange stuff where women try to find something to exclude you. Like that's the thing. There's none of that finding weird stuff to exclude you just because of something, maybe political beliefs, or maybe you eat meat or some dumb shit like that. That's what I'm saying. There's no weird bullshit.
So when you want to get in a relationship, and then I'm gonna check out some of the comments in the chat because I see y'all going off over in the chat. But when you want to get in a relationship, right? Because I don't doubt that you can go over there, especially as an American, and pop your collar and you got that American money and you can go ahead and take something home that night. Okay, it's 304s everywhere. But once you want to settle down with the woman, right? You telling me that over in Mexico, the women have no standard to settle down with them. They'll just settle down with you just because. Because if you're saying that, then I gotta ask, how are they single? Why they don't already got a man?
I'm not saying they don't have the basics. The basic standard is basically you got a job, you nice to them, you don't beat on them or something like that. You're stable, just basic common sense stuff. But here in the States, it's a whole list of crazy stuff. And one little thing they don't like, they cut you off. That's all I'm saying.
See, my last video I did, reaction to Mariah Sincere.
The dude from the Roommates, right?
Nah, not that one. The one before that with the light-skinned girl in it.
No, I didn't watch that one. I just watched the one.
Okay, in that video, because I tell dudes all the time, all you need in America, especially if you're a black man, because I keep it real. If you're a white man or Asian man, the bar is higher for you, right? Because they expect more from you. But if you're a black man or a Hispanic man, all you need in America to pull women, your own car, a job, and your own place, right? And I actually took a clip from Mariah's video where she said, well, what I look for in a man, the basics is being able to pay your bills, having your own place, and having your own car so I don't got to pick you up.
But the men who travel,
it seemed like they got the same standard.
But the men who travel, obviously they had to save thousands of dollars to do that and strategize to be able to go to these other countries. So these are men who have means to begin with. But the reason why they leaving, because they tired of the disrespect, they tired of all the hoops they have to go through. In other countries, it's more simpler. It's less headache. People are doing what's natural. Here, everything's all turned over. It's fucked up.
So basically, you don't believe me when I say it's not that hard out here, and you don't
I'm
believe
not
Mariah
saying
when
it's
she say her standards ain't that hard. Because
no,
both
I'm
of us
not
are
saying
saying
it
it's
ain't
not that
hard
deep over
for
here. Like it's just base bare minimum. You saying you believe it is. It's that you don't think it's nothing else going on with the passport bros? Because me personally, and I'm not trying to insult nobody, I'm just being honest, right? I've had my passport for years. I posted videos on here traveling way back when I was like 21, 22, right? So to me, having a passport, like it's not a big deal. Like everyone should have a passport, right? But the passport bros, I feel like a lot of those dudes who feel like they need to go overseas to get a nurturing, caring, submissive woman, something's off with them. And instead of correcting what's off with them, they're running overseas thinking, well, I got the American status, so I'll get automatic cooperation or I'll get better cooperation. I think a lot of them are socially awkward and they're not taking the time to learn how to get past that. A lot of them are out of shape and they're not taking the time to learn how to get into shape. A lot of them don't want to actually spend the time to get to know the chick, right? If you're just trying to smash immediately, which goes back to what I was saying versus a relationship versus smashing, yeah, if you just want to smash her immediately, she gonna be like, okay, do you got money? Are you fine? Like, do you got a big stick? Yeah, she gonna hit you with all that because you're just trying to take her home. It's gonna be like, it's gotta be worth it. You gotta be somebody. But if you're really trying to date her and get in a relationship with her and get to know her, I feel like women will work with you. Like, I mean, you even just said earlier, you know, 8 women with babies, and none of their baby fathers make 6 figures.
but
So
a
I'm
lot of
feeling
them
like the
are low
passport bros
quality.
have another issue that they're kind of trying to run away from, and I'm feeling like that American status that they feel like they get over there is what makes it seem like the women are more cooperative over there. You think it's something different, or what's your thoughts on that?
So my thing here is this: one, men are not running away; they're seeking an option. Men are problem solvers. They see in a situation and they're fixing it, and their best option is to go to another country where it's conducive to what they want in life. Should Just because you don't, there's no rewards in life for playing a harder game. If you do what's easiest and best for you, there's no reward for you dealing with all the BS you got to deal with in order to be with women. I'm not saying you're not successful with women. You may got the secret sauce, but the average guy may not want to deal with all the hoops that you got to deal with dealing with these type of women.
So you think so you agreed with me earlier. All right, now I'm gonna have to get a little bit surgical on you, man. Don't take it offensive, okay? You
Mm-hmm.
agreed with me earlier that the average man probably can't afford to bring a woman from overseas back to the States, right?
For the legal reasons and monetary reasons, probably so. No, they don't. They
Right.
can't do it.
So that's one reason why I don't think it's a better option, right? But I have other reasons. Because like you said, he don't gotta bring her back. So let's say he moves over there. So you think the better option for a man instead of working on his social skills, getting his life together so he has his own place, his own car, and a job, right? Getting his body right, all that, is to just go overseas because that's where the women at. So he should leave his family, leave his friends, and leave his job to go overseas and live with this woman. Once he leaves his job, doesn't he become a regular citizen over there who's handicapped because he doesn't speak the language natively?
But a lot of the guys are motivated by their success in order to make income overseas. Like the Austin guy, a lot of these other guys are making money being motivated because they're having success and they're happy there.
Right, but they taking American money over there. Once you move there to
Yeah.
be with that woman, how they gonna make money?
If you making American dollars, then that's the best course of action. That's how you're
Right, but
supposed to do it.
once you move there to be with that
Hmm.
woman, say you find a nurturing, caring, submissive, fine ass woman, right, in Mexico. Once
Hmm.
you decide I don't want to bring her back to the States because I don't got it financially and she might get hypergamous and leave me for a Chad or Tyrone or whatever, right? How are you gonna keep up with her over in that country? Because you don't speak the language natively, so getting a job is gonna be hard. So how are you gonna live over there? How are these passport bros gonna make a living over there? Because everyone can't be a YouTuber.
That's true. But there's ways to remote work. A lot of guys are learning different ways. The little average Amazon thing. There's ways to make money online. That's just up to the individual man. All I'm just saying is it's a better option. It's better than just being miserable. And my question to you is what social skills you need to know. Just talking normal should
You
be
need to know.
enough.
You need to have confidence to be yourself. Like, there was a reason why I asked you earlier. I was like, you don't think you could just go outside and talk to a woman and just have a regular conversation and get to know her and she just like you because of you? Why do
But
you feel like you got to have 6 figures
let's
and all
keep
this
it a
extra
buck.
stuff?
Let's keep it a buck. If you go up to a random woman, she's gonna most likely kind of just passive aggressively tell you to go fuck off. Like, if you go up to the average woman outside right now, the average American woman is not finna just be that receptive to you. This ain't the movies, man. It ain't like that.
Right. I mean, if you go to Barbados and you go up to a Barbadian woman and she don't know who the hell you are, and y'all not in a club setting or a bar setting or a restaurant or some type of a setting where it's a social setting to meet people, she gonna do the same thing. If you go to Cameroon and you go up to a woman and she don't know who the hell you are, she gonna do the same thing.
When
So
I
you
was in,
telling me if I go to Mexico and I don't know who this woman is, and I just stop her in the grocery store, she's just gonna be all friendly and give me her number?
it depends. It depends. Like, when I was in Dominican,
Exactly.
I did it at the airport. When I was in Dominican, I did it at the airport. A lady was working at the airport. I was asking her how to get out of the airport, and I had got the number. So when I was there's many women are very approachable out there in Latin America versus here. Let's keep it above.
Okay. Can you speak Spanish?
I'm still learning. I'm still learning.
Can you
I spoke
say,
it better when I was in Mexico.
can you say, hello, beautiful, it's nice to meet you. Where are you and your friends headed in Spanish?
Hola, hermosa. What was the other part?
Just
What was the other?
basically, hello, beautiful, it's nice to meet you. Where are your friends headed?
Hola, hermosa. Mucho gusto. Mi hombre Darius de Estados Unidos. So basically, I just said, hello, beautiful. My name, nice to meet you. My name's Darius from United States. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Based upon how you said that, you think they're not gonna know you're not from there?
Yeah, they don't know I'm not from there, but they're actually more curious. There's more of a curiosity. They're like, oh, you from the States, da 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 da. And then, and if you're putting effort to know some Spanish, they're going to be more open because you're not just some regular gringo.
Okay. So I want to move to my next reason why I don't think it's a better option. But before I do that, let me look at some of these comments because they're going crazy in the comments. Let me make sure.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Anonymous says she thinks it might be better if you are socially awkward, low on attractive scale, or an old man looking for a young woman. Let's see. Buckets and Bouquets actually asked a good question that I didn't get to yet, but I planned on asking you. Go to Europe or Switzerland. Why do you go to all these broke countries? That's a very good question. So I kind of want to ask you that. I think she just asked a good question. Why is it always Dominican Republic? It's always Colombia or Brazil or Thailand, all these third world countries where the women are basically desperate, if we're being honest. Because like you said, we want to be honest. We want to keep it real. Why not go to Britain? Why not go to France? Why not go to Italy? Why not go to China? Why not go to Cameroon? Why everyone go to Uganda instead of going to like Libya or Nigeria and stuff? Like, it seems like y'all picking the spots where the women basically need somebody to be somebody because no one there has anything, and you're picking off basically easy targets.
Okay,
What's your thoughts on that?
my thing to you is, first off, but I can only speak for African American men. African American men like
That's
a
what we're
certain
talking about.
type of, yeah. Okay. Oh, so African American men.
To be fair, I was talking about all men, but right now we're talking about African American men. Go ahead.
Okay. Most black men like a certain type of woman. We like a voluptuous woman. We like a more fun Afrocentric type of culture. In Dominican, it's more Afrocentric. The food, the culture is more Afrocentric. Some men, and
Wait,
same
I
thing
gotta
in
stop you there.
Colombia and
So then why
Brazil.
are so many
So they're
black
more
men going to
connected
Thailand?
to that culture. Okay.
I hate to cut you off, but I gotta ask you that
You
one.
want to?
Why are so many black men going to Thailand? Because the Thailand women, if they aren't lady boys, are often built like lady boys. So I agree with what you're saying, but then why are they going to Thailand?
Personal preference. They speak English. The food is good. They connected to that certain type of culture. It is
You
not
don't think it's
because
because
they
they cheap in
desperate.
Thailand? You don't think it's because they cheap? The women are cheaper
Uh,
there.
a lot more a lot more white men trick off those type of women than black men. Black men are going the few black men are there are going for a certain type of reason because maybe they connected. I don't know. I can't speak for an individual
Okay. I
man.
mean,
I can
I
speak
thought
to
we were just
why.
talking about black men. But since you brought
Okay,
white men
okay,
in, I want to
okay,
say this. White men
okay.
aren't starting the passport bro movement. White men aren't saying the better options overseas. As a matter of fact, most white men are saying what I'm saying is saying that all women are the same. And it doesn't matter where you go, and you can't run away from women being women. And they're gonna expect
Oh,
you to have something. So white men go over there and they keep it on the low, kind of like what the women do. I don't know if you've seen the video I did where I was talking about how women do their passport thing and they go to these islands and they go to Jamaica and they get their back blown out, but they come back to their American men. They marry and have kids with their American men. That's kind of how the white men move. They'll go over there, they'll slut them out, they'll have some fun with them, just like the sheiks in Dubai. The sheiks in Dubai bring all our IG models over there, poop on their forehead, slut them out, you know what I'm saying, run trains on them, but they send them back over here. They're not trying to marry them. It seems like black men are saying it's the better option to go over there and start a relationship with these women and actually settle down with these women. White men, in my experience, don't seem to be saying that. So
a
you
lot of
is
white
that your
men
experience
marry.
too?
No, a lot of white men marry a lot of these Asian women. They marry Filipinos, Thai women. There's a whole hafu culture in Japan where there's full of half white, half Japanese. It's called a hafu. So a lot of these white men are marrying, especially the guys in the military. A lot of those guys fly out there. I used to talk to a chick from the Philippines, and she said there's a whole bunch of hafus in the Philippines and Japan and all these places, different places.
So why don't we see like white men passport bros or like a white
Because
male passport bro movement?
well, white men economically have always been able to move around due to their finances. Most black because of the internet, black men are new to the game because and an excitement in to promote like, hey, you can do another way. You don't have to deal with whoever in the hood. You can deal with a quality woman in Brazil, Colombia, Thailand, wherever. So why not promote something and give a guys other options? Why just tell them they can only eat apples when they can have bananas, pears, peanut, all types of other things? That's what I'm saying. It's good to
Okay.
promote something that's good. It's not. We're not saying go trick. Some guys gonna trick. All guys
Well,
might
I mean
trick.
that's what they doing.
The average guy is not. The average guy is not tricking. The average dude is not tricking in these places. Some guys are. The guys who are tricking are getting set up, overdosing and stuff like that. And a lot of them are old white men who are dying, overdosing in Medellin, for example. So a lot of the black guys are actually putting in work.
So to answer Bucket's question,
Mhm.
you think black men aren't going to the richer countries overseas, not because the women are cheaper in these other places,
They
but
connect more
because
in
they just
Brazil
like
and Colombia.
voluptuous women?
They connect more with the culture in Brazil, Colombia, all these other places. They connect more with the culture. Maybe in Europe they
You
don't
guys know
connect.
about the racism that goes on in Brazil?
There's racism everywhere. There's racism in Asia. There's racism everywhere. You can't stop human nature of having a prejudice towards people who look like them or similar to them. That's just part of life. Prejudice, tribal thinking. That's a part of the human condition.
Okay, so if black men connect more with the Brazilian culture, despite the fact that Brazilian culture still promotes lightness over darkness, and despite the fact that they're not Hispanic, and despite the fact that they're not native to the language, okay?
The average passport, bro, is not watching TV and seeing all these promotions. They're they're going out and exploring the women and the culture. So they have a lot of festivals in like Salvador, Brazil, where they promote a lot of African culture, where they keep their African roots, and it's very beautiful and nice. And I plan on going over there to Salvador when I get a chance. The little minor stuff, guys aren't watching TV seeing the light skinned Brazilians, so that's irrelevant.
What?
I'm saying you said that they promoting light skinned Brazilians,
Yeah,
correct?
that's
Or
the culture of Brazil. Like they
the
like lighter skinned people, period, in Brazil.
in Brazil, it's multicultural because there's more African
Yeah,
people
we
in
know it's
general.
multicultural. Like it's multicultural in America, but they still don't prefer blackness over here.
Who doesn't prefer black men? Because
America, as a society, doesn't prefer blackness,
America,
black culture.
black
You don't think that's true?
in America or Brazil?
I'm talking about America right now.
America. Prejudice is everywhere. That's irrelevant to the topic of Brazil in Latin America. What that got? What does racism in America got to do with Latin America?
I'm talking about the prejudice that goes on in Brazil because you're saying that they relate more to the culture. And I'm like, how when they don't speak the language, they're not native to the language, they don't have Hispanic root or Latin root or origin, and the same colorism goes on there that goes on here. That's how it was relevant to the topic. That's the reason I brought it up.
That still doesn't change that they can be successful. They get white Brazilians, they get mulattoes, they get all, like, it's more of a, from what people told me, is more of a classism than anything. From what people told me. Yeah.
All right. So let me scroll through a few more comments really quick. Buckets and Boquette said if it was a lot of jobs in Mexico, they wouldn't be smuggling kilos for $1,000.
The drug game is more lucrative, but that's not the average Mexican though.
Baby girl want to know why you didn't move to Mexico already then if it's so much better. And that leads into another question. You say you went to the Dominican?
Yeah, I went to the Dominican after Mexico.
Okay, how come you haven't moved to Mexico or the Dominican is what baby girl wants to know.
I wasn't ready to do so. I wanted to just experience something different, so that's what I did.
So, all right, because that's an interesting question. Right? Now, we keep talking about the topic of is this better for men? And I've already brought up several reasons, which you kind of already agree with. No, okay, I'm back. There I go. My bad about that. But I've already brought up several reasons, right? Some of which you agree with, that you're like, okay, I don't think the average man will be able to do that, or I don't think the average man will be able to do this, right? I'm glad she brought that up for this reason. The passport bros claim they're going overseas not to trick, because you're in agreement with that, right? It's not about tricking. It's about going where you want to, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So how come none of y'all ever actually have a foreign woman? Like, it seems like y'all, like, even just now with when she said, why didn't you stay in Mexico? You're like, well, I came back and now I want to go to the Dominican. And now you're talking about going all over to these other places. If the women are so great, why not just, if you're really just looking for a feminine, nurturing, caring woman, why not just pick one and settle down? It seems like all the passport bros do is fly around to different countries and try to knock down women, which is kind of no different than, I hate the term Pookies and Ray Rays, but how is that any different than what Pookie and Ray Rays do here? They hit up different clubs every weekend and they just try to knock down women. That's kind of what jaded American women in the first place, is that no one was really trying to get married. Everybody just trying to smash. So if the women are so great, why not just pick one and chill out? Why keep flying around all these other places and sleeping with women?
Why can't we travel and experience the world first? What if we're not ready for marriage? That's just what it is. We want to see.
Because the conversation is, you're saying it's better for men to go overseas to find someone to settle down with, right? Because you said you're not tricking. I don't have a problem, right? If you just want to go overseas and sleep with different flavors of women, I don't care about that. Where I come in and say it's cap is when they say it's a better option for relationships, right? For several reasons that I've already broken down, I got more that I'm going to bring up. So if you saying y'all not flying out here just to smash different foreign women and take advantage of the fact that you're American in these third world countries where they don't have as much money and they trying to get some paper off y'all, and it's not about that. It's about finding nurturing, caring, submissive women, which I don't think it's about. I really think it's about tricking, and a lot of y'all just don't want to say that. But if it isn't, how come none of you have settled down with any of these women? Why do you keep rotating them?
Why not? Why not go to these different places and experience?
Because if it's a better option for a relationship, wouldn't one of you have to be in a relationship to prove that point? None of you are in relationships. Half of y'all can't even bring a foreign woman on camera.
That's debatable.
You know, not everybody, of course, but I'm just saying, if the argument is they make better girlfriends there, and it's not just about sleeping with women because it's easier, how come no one has a girlfriend? The biggest passport
Some,
bros don't have girlfriends. They just fly around sleeping with random hookers.
some,
That's what it
some of
looks
them,
like to us.
some of them are in relationships. Maybe they don't want to put their wife on camera because maybe she's shy or she want to stay private. That's up to the individual relationship. Not everybody has to show their relationships, and they want to be more private. They want to keep it close to the chest. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And if a man wants to travel and explore himself first before settling down, men don't have to rush for no marriage and relationships. Why not see the world first? Don't fall in love with the first thing, because maybe you find out more about yourself and you'd be like, oh, I like Mexico, but I'm like, oh, I like Argentina better. Once I'm done seeing all these different countries, then I'm gonna go live in Argentina.
Because once you start getting women at a certain point, first of all, it gets old. But besides the fact that it gets old, if you're just gonna keep traveling around and you're just gonna keep sleeping with women, first of all, you're playing Russian roulette. It's only a matter of time before you come back and your D look like the back of a Nestle Crunch bar. That's number one. Number two, at what point are you gonna settle down? The world is vast,
I got
right?
a
You're
question for
never gonna
you.
run out of countries to travel to.
I got a
So at
question for
what
you.
point are you going to settle down?
I got a question for you. Are
What's
you in
up?
a serious relationship right now?
Right now, at this moment, yes and
Yeah.
no.
See, see how you gonna say somebody should be in a serious relationship as soon as they touch down, but then you not in a serious relationship.
Because I just got out of a serious relationship that was 4 years long, and it's documented in my podcast.
Okay, okay. Men don't have to rush for the first woman that they fall in love with.
It's
They,
not about. I'm not telling them to rush to the first woman that they fall in love with. I'm saying none of them are in a relationship. So if the argument is relationships work better over there, why don't any of them have a woman who's foreign?
some of them are married to. I know I forgot this one podcaster. He was married to some Colombian chick. Not everybody's gonna post a business. That's just them.
I'm not saying you gotta post a chick, but you're posting random hookers that
Uh,
you sleeping with when you traveling.
not
They don't got no problem with that. So
um
I'm not even saying you have to post your girl, but just have one is what I'm saying. Why don't
that
they have one? Like you said to me, okay, do you have a girlfriend right now? I said no. I just exited a 4 year, technically a 5 year, but I'll call it 4.5 year relationship. So I'm giving myself time to resettle before I go back into another one, which is why I said yes and no, because I already know who I'm going to get into a relationship with. I just have a timetable that I'm waiting on right now, right? But we're talking about, and this is what I'm trying to get you to understand. You saying the better option for men for relationships is to go overseas. So if we've already established that the average man ain't gonna be able to afford to bring the woman back, right? And we've also established that the average man isn't working remotely, so he's not gonna be able to earn the same income over there.
he
How is
can.
it a better option to date over there? Again, I'm not disagreeing. If you're just saying go out there and have your 304 phase, I mean, whatever. I'm
But
31. I already did all that. I've already traveled. I've already been with several women. I'm not going to tell brothers not to do that. But the passport bros are saying that the women are better and more traditional overseas to be in a relationship with, which is kind of counterproductive when you're just going over there and you're just sleeping with them. Because a traditional woman ain't just going to sleep with you like that.
oh,
So what I'm saying is, if that is the case, right? How is it better if no one has successfully, like nobody has one? Everyone is just going around and exploring their options. If that's the case, just say, hey guys, if you want to go and get your whistle wet, go over there and get your whistle wet. Why say they're better than American women when the vast majority of them you haven't settled down with them? So how do you know that? You don't really know a woman until you date her.
well, as I said before, not everybody is showing their business. My question to you is, do you believe American women are traditional?
Yeah,
So you say the majority of American women are traditional in the true
I
sense.
think I think first of all, I want to say this.
Mhm,
Traditional to me just means nurturing, caring, submissive woman, right? That's what it
mhm,
means to me. What does traditional
mhm.
mean to you?
Traditional means submissive wife. The man is the head of the household.
Right.
It don't mean, oh, you the head of the household until I'm upset with you. No, you submit and do what he say, even when you mad, even when you upset. Oh, I ain't doing this just because I'm upset. It's men are the head. You do what they
If
say
you're a
regardless.
masculine man, yes, I believe the average American woman is like that. As a matter of fact, going
Masculine
back to
man
your
is
question,
subjective.
hold on. No, it's not.
Oh,
There's only one definition of a man. It's not really subjective. But hold on. You just asked me, you said, are you in a relationship right now, right? I said, no, I just got out of a 4-year relationship. I'm giving myself a time period before I get into another one, right? Now, when I was dating, right? When I navigated from my podcast to YouTube, which was around the time where I was dating, if you're telling me, right? Because you asked me if I think the average American woman is traditional. So if I'm going out here just dating, I'm not even in a relationship right now, right? Which is sweet because it helps prove my point. And I got women taking me to concerts, taking me to sporting events, right? I got women taking me to US Opens. I got women cooking me steak dinners. I got women baking me apple pies. I got women dressing how I want them to dress. I've showed several text messages on this channel where I'd be like, listen, we about to go out to play pool. I want you in leggings and heels, and I want you in this shirt. And they're like, okay, babe, I got you. Hey, I'm about to go. We about to hit up this restaurant. I want you in a super tight dress. I want you in some 6 inches. Okay, baby, I got you. Right? So I'm saying American women are traditional because that's the way they treat me because I'm a masculine man. So yeah, I think American women are traditional. The fact that I'm single at this moment actually helps me prove that point. As a matter of fact, there's women on my page who are virgins. They haven't even slept with anyone yet. As a matter of fact, when I said yes and no, I'm getting committed right now to a virgin, verified. So when you say to me, do I think American women are traditional? I think if you're a real man, if you're a masculine man, yes, American women are traditional. I think the problem is what you just said, where you said, well, that's subjective. Being a man is not subjective. What's subjective about being a man?
no, I
You
said
might have a good explanation for it. What's
masculine. I
subjective
said
about it?
some women think certain things is masculine. That's why I said that. Like it's subjective from what's masculine. Because certain things that were masculine 50 years ago is considered toxic now. Do you agree on that?
No.
You don't?
What's all right? So again, what do you consider masculine? When I think masculine, let's just start at a base level of masculinity because I feel like this is a real big problem with dudes, and I do feel like dudes are going overseas to run away from this because you don't have to show these receipts. Like, have your own place, right? Having your own car, having a stable job or career. That's root level masculinity, right? I'm gonna get deeper, but that's just root level masculinity. Be honest. How many American men got that right now in today's age?
The average grown man, most guys have a car. Most guys can get an apartment. Most guys got a 9 to 5. That's not even the thing most women even checking for. They want you to have
Are you aware that 54% of millennials live at home with their parents?
that can be true. That can
That's
be
a
true.
fact.
I can't debate that. So I'm gonna have to go
Yeah,
off
that's a
what you
fact.
say. Okay.
That's 100%. But I did a whole video on it. 54% of millennials live at home with their parents. So that's more than half
But that's
of millennial men. Millennial men are all grown men, by the way. There's no millennials, right? Now, to be fair, that study consisted of men and women, but all millennials are adults. It's not Gen Z. All millennials are of adult age. So when you're telling me, oh, I believe the average man has his own place, statistics say there's a 50-50 shot that that's not true, right? I got another statistic for you because we like to know all the statistics about women, and that's fine. You got to be able to protect yourself, right? But at the end of the day, the business of being a man makes women easy, right? If I can step out here and I can just come and I've been single for not even 2 years yet. And I can come out here, I can get women to do all this stuff, and I'm sitting here talking to you, and you making it seem impossible. There has to be a disconnect somewhere.
I'm
Like,
not
you get what I'm
saying
saying? And that's why I created my channel to bridge that gap, right? Now get this. For every 5 skilled trade laborers who retire, right? Skilled trade laborers being like welders, HVAC technicians, stuff like that. For every 5 of them that retires, 2 men replace them. I repeat, for every 5 skilled trade working men who retire, only 2 men are replacing them. They're not getting replaced as fast as they're retiring. So you're telling me you believe the average man has a good job. Statistics say that's not necessarily true. As a matter of fact, we look at college enrollment, women are out enrolling men in college by like 75 to 25%. And dudes be online telling men to stop going to school. I'm one of the only dudes who be like, no, y'all need to go to college or get a trade because I see what's happening. What I think the problem is, and which is why I say, yes, I believe American women are traditional. There is not any real men left. The Matrix has successfully flipped men to acting like women. And now they come on in line and they complain and they play victim, which is one of the most unmasculine things that you can do. And they're like, oh, we're going to run overseas because these women are better and these women respect us and these women do this and these women do that. When the reality is half the time you're going overseas and the women turned up with you because you got that American money and they want to spend it. But if they were so good and it was so easy to be in a relationship with them, the men would just go over there and pull them back over here. Most men can't even afford to do that. Going back to, like I said earlier, with my man Ed, Ed's a real man. So when you say everybody doesn't want to settle down, men don't have to rush to settle down. They don't, but at a certain point, you're going to want to settle down unless you just want to be a hoe your whole life, which as a man who's had many experiences since I'm single right now, you're seeing it right now. And this is just me being single right now. Obviously, before my last 4-year relationship, I was single for a stint then, doing the same thing I'm doing now, right? It's going to get old. You're going to want to settle down. When Ed was ready to settle down, Ed had the funds because Ed's a real man to not only go over there and spend time with her and spend time with her family, but bring her back to America and move her in, and she still didn't have to work. I say modern men are asking for traditional women, and modern men come in doing 50-50. In my opinion, a real masculine man is never going 50-50 with a woman. At bare minimum, he's going 70-30. Do you agree with that?
No, I don't agree with that.
You don't agree with that. Why don't you agree with that?
No. First off, most men take care of all the bills. Now, when a man does that, can the woman choose not to cook him a steak and wear leggings and all this stuff? Can she choose, even if he does all the things he's supposed to do, can she still just tell him no? Yes or no?
Of course she could tell him no.
Okay. But in Latin American cultures, or even in Asian cultures, that's not even acceptable. That's not even an acceptable thing. Is that a feminine thing to do, to not take care of your man? Is that a feminine thing to do?
Not taking care of your man, of course, that's not a feminine thing to do. Now, you just heard me point out the statistics that 54% of millennials live at home with their parents, right?
Well, we're not talking about them, though.
And you just heard me point out the statistics that 2 out of 5 skilled trade workers aren't being replaced. And you heard me point out the statistics where I said the average male isn't going to college. And you combat that with saying, I believe the average man is paying all the bills and his woman's still not listening to him.
We're talking about the situation of the men who are. We're not talking about the men who aren't.
The men who are get treated like me.
The average married man. I work in a certain field. The average man don't even get sex on the regular. The average married man does not get sex on the regular, let alone a hot meal.
So you tell me the average man who paying all the bills doesn't get sex on the regular?
No. I
personally, so an average man who pays all the bills, his wife is telling him no to a hot meal and a clean house.
Most women don't cook. Most American women do not cook. I work with majority women.
How is it that I'm single? Because I'm glad you pointed that out because it's helping me in this case. How is it that I'm single and I keep running into women who aren't my girlfriends who keep cooking from scratch if American women don't cook?
But that's
like, what am I? Some like super anomaly?
No, that's you. But I'm saying the average guy does not get that.
So I'm not an average guy?
First, hold on. You are getting successful and everything like that, correct? But you're not married. Once you get married to a woman, everything changes. See, you can easily back out of the relationship if she doesn't do what you say or she doesn't do things that you like. But once you married, now everything changes because now she can use the state to punish you even if she doesn't carry her part of the deal. So you're not even married. So the thing is with that, yes, you have all the leverage now to where if she don't do what you say, you can just block her and do your own thing. But let yourself get married. We'll see how much she cooking for you, cooking steaks and wearing leggings and all this stuff. We'll see then what you think then.
I mean, she did it for 4 years when I was in a relationship too.
We talking about marriage. We ain't talking
Okay, all
about.
right. So first of all, we were talking about relationships.
Okay.
But if we want to go back into marriage, who's to say that a foreign woman ain't gonna marry you, get a green card, and break up with you?
Most guys who marry these foreign women, a lot of them don't get divorced. A lot of these guys who marry the Filipino women and stuff like that, why would she divorce you when you're the only person she knows? Why would she do that? Especially she's
Okay.
been trained to be a traditional woman all her life. She's going to magically just switch and become a feminist. That
So let
doesn't
me
make
ask
any
you
sense.
this: why would an American woman divorce you if you take care of her? If she lives in your house and you take care of everything, why would she divorce you?
Why did Aisha Curry says she want other men to lust after her and holler at her when Steph Curry don't cheat on her? He loyal to her. He take care of her. He gave her her
All
own
right,
cooking
Aisha
show.
Curry's a bad example. They still married.
What do you mean? But it's already the
They're
gate's
still
been
married. What do you
open.
mean? What I mean?
But the gate's been open that she publicly stated she want other men to holler at her.
Did you see the
Jada Pinkett.
Passport Bro video I did where he was smacking her ass on the camera on live on YouTube for $10?
No, I didn't see that one.
Oh, you missed that one.
Yeah.
So the feminine tradition, though, raised to be traditional woman was getting her ass smacked on camera on live for $10. They gave her $10, not 100,
But that's not that.
not $5 or $10, and she was shaking her ass on camera, getting her ass smacked. And she was also a baby mama too. If you go on Instagram, you can type in any country you want to. I guarantee you see Instagram models. You gonna deny that?
The most prostitutes are in America. Porn is all in America. The most porn stars, the most OnlyFans models are all in America. They're not in Colombia and Brazil. The most prostitutes are in America. Bunny Ranch, all this OnlyFans
There
stuff.
ain't more prostitutes in America than Dominican Republic. The
Bro.
only reason you even think that is because America is the center of entertainment.
Bro, there's
Well,
more.
everybody knows you can go to the Dominican Republic. Well, you used to be able to go with $40 and get it popping, but the Passport Bros done raised the price because they went out here telling everybody. So now you got to have some racks on you. You used to be able to go to the Dominican Republic with $40 and get it popping. Thailand is known for prostitution. You telling me American women are known as bigger prostitution rings than Thailand? That's what you're telling me right now. And you believe that?
There are married women. There's a whole industry of porn. A whole industry of porn in America. Married women, teachers going on OnlyFans, thotting it up, popping a coochie on
I'm
OnlyFans.
talking about prostitution.
I believe that
are people flying to America? Are rich men from Thailand flying to America to sleep with prostitutes?
They got wives. They don't have to go anywhere. You don't see
the American men have wives, and they still fly over there and sleep with some prostitutes.
But wait, but you just said Thai men are not flying to these countries to go lay with other women because they got a wife at home that cook and clean and give them sex when he won't.
That's not what I said. I said, do any men really in the world fly to America solely to sleep with prostitutes because it's cheap prostitutes?
They don't have to.
Does anyone do that?
They don't have to. They don't have to. So you telling me that the average guy in Colombia ain't getting sex from his wife or his girlfriend?
If America was the biggest prostitution hub in the country, let me word this a different way because you're not following me. If America was the biggest prostitution hub in the world, right? Why is it that American men fly over to Thailand, the Dominicano Republicano, as I like to call it, Colombia and Brazil to sleep with prostitutes? Why do they tell men that they should do that? Because the women are easier there. If American women are the biggest 304s, why are men flying somewhere else instead of just dealing with American women? I'm putting it that way for you, if that's the case.
Not every man is flying over there to sleep with prostitutes.
That's not what we're talking about. You said America is basically the prostitution hub of the world, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if that is the case, why would anyone fly to the Dominican Republic, Colombia, Brazil, or Thailand to trick on prostitutes? Why wouldn't they just do it here since all the biggest prostitution is here? Why are they leaving is what I'm trying to say to you. If that's the case, if you believe that, why are they going over there? Why are they telling the men, go to the Dominican Republic, go to Brazil, go to Thailand, you'll be rich, you'll be treated like a king, and all these women will be easy? If the American women were the biggest 304s and the biggest ones selling it, why are they saying that?
for the men who are doing the tricking, it's just cheaper. Like if anything, you would go for, if you are tricking, you would go for the best price for anything, right? When you do
Right.
that, okay.
And
So
you
the
would
men,
go
for the
best
men
price,
who
and
are,
where else would you go besides where the best price is at?
what do you mean? If you go where the best
If
prices
I
are,
wanted to buy a car, right? Okay,
mm-hmm,
I'm gonna go where they have the cheapest, right? The best
mm-hmm,
prices. But where else? What else do I need? Where else do I need to go? Somewhere where they what? Where they sell cars, right?
yeah.
So again, nobody's saying fly to Britain to sleep with prostitutes. No one's saying fly to France to sleep with prostitutes. No one's saying fly to China. They telling you go to Thailand. They telling you go to Colombia. They telling you go to Brazil. They telling you go to Dominican Republic.
But the guys who
So
are
how is
promoting
it
that,
that these places are not bigger 304 rings than America? If America was the biggest 304 ring, you would just be able to go outside and go down the street.
my question to you is then, okay, do places like Thailand, Colombia, and Brazil, and all these different places, do they have high divorce rates? Are the moms thotting up on OnlyFans? Are the men not getting their needs met in their marriages? Or is it more common in America that,
How many of those women are even married? Because y'all don't ask that question. If these women were so feminine and traditional and nurturing and caring and sweet, why are they even available for y'all to sleep with them or talk to them? Why aren't they married to a local man?
I mean, the laws of averages, there's always going to be more women than men in any country just because of men die sooner and all like that. There's always going to be available pool. It's not that many guys traveling out there anyway. There's only maybe a couple hundred men that's traveling to these certain places. It's not like it's millions of men
So you don't
traveling.
think that these are low value leftover women, and that's why they're there
No, a lot of
and
women
not
are,
married.
like a lot of the women that I was talking to and I was with in Mexico, they all had, one was an architect, one was an architect, one was an architect. So what do you mean low value? What's a low value woman?
A prostitute who twerks on camera unless you slap her butt.
That's all women on Instagram, them ghetto thoughts on Instagram out in the club in America.
Okay, but no one's saying that those don't exist in America. Y'all saying that they're supposed to be traditional over there, but
The
those are the
women are
women that y'all
traditional.
popping up with. You telling me you had an architect? I ain't see the architect. All I see is women twerking. All I see is dudes showing ass. All I do is dudes walking around. Oh, look at that body. Look at this. Look at that. I don't see no dudes over there talking to this woman who's educated. Which is another question. Didn't you say earlier that American women being educated was a bad thing? So now all of a sudden it's good when it's a foreign woman
No,
who's
no, no, no.
educated?
I didn't say. I said American women go to college and take on masculine traits that make them unmarriageable because they have pride, they're selfish, and things like that. They're gonna be like, "Oh, I ain't cooking for you. I got a master's degree. I got a doctorate." They're more prideful. Whereas in Latin America, an educated woman still holds to her traditional values that her mother and
Okay.
grandmother taught her.
There's a lot of ladies in the chat. So apparently, me showing you several women cooking and cleaning, you still gonna stick on American women don't cook. So ladies, do me a favor. How many of y'all can cook? Y'all put that in the chat while we talking. I want to see the answers. Ladies, if you can cook, put it in the chat. Put a frying pan or put something in the chat if you can cook.
But my
Because
thing
he
for
seems to
you
be
is,
convinced American women don't cook. And I don't understand why.
no, my thing is with you, you got the women cooking steaks and stuff like that. That's cool. But once you married to them, everything changes. You know that. That's why you 31, not married. Or how old are you? 34? You 34?
31.
Correct. 31? Okay, you 31. You're not even married yet because you know there's a high risk that she's gonna have your balls by the hands because she got the state to destroy you. So you know she can easily just say, I ain't cooking you no steak. I ain't doing this. And you know you fuck.
That's not why I'm not married yet. Number one, if you're in a position of power in a relationship, a woman is not gonna buck at you because she needs you. Similar to what you said, why would a foreign woman come over here and then leave you for a green card if she's in a situation where she doesn't know anyone, she doesn't have any friends, she basically needs you, right? That was the argument you made earlier, correct?
But those women are trained
Wait, wait,
from
wait, wait,
birth
wait,
to
wait,
be
wait, wait,
traditional.
wait, 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 wait. That was the argument you made earlier, correct?
Correct.
So why wouldn't a woman, for that same argument to stand, why would an American woman, if you were taking complete care of her, all of a sudden just decide she wants to leave you? Because once you bring a foreign woman to America, she has the same laws. I don't know why y'all ain't never heard about Eddie Murphy and Boom Fufu. And Boom
Is
Fufu, the traditional woman gets taught to by the American woman. Girl, you know you could take half. Eddie, what have you done for me lately? And she takes half. So if you're gonna say she's not gonna do that based upon the fact that you're basically her caretaker and she don't know no one else, this is why I tell men to get into a position of power. Because all the men I know who are married, and most of my friends are married, they're in the positions of power. They don't have these issues. All their women still cook. All their women still clean. As far as why I'm not married because the lifestyle I want to live, my ex didn't want to live that lifestyle. She don't want to be a public figure, and she don't want to move where I'm planning on moving. That's why my old relationship didn't work out. It had nothing to do with not being married because I think a woman's gonna have me by my balls. Because she can't have me by my balls if I'm taking care of her. And you
what you
just
mean?
said the same thing about the foreign women. So for you to say that that's not true, that would mean it's not true about the foreign women either. Then we're going back to Eddie Murphy and Boom Fufu, which would go back to my original point of how do you know she's not marrying you just to get a green card? So you kind of defeating
Most
your own argument.
most chicks do not want to leave their family. So I mean that's a whole different situation right
Okay,
there.
perfect. Now that goes back to something I brought up earlier. You're
Mhm.
proving another one of my points. I said, why would a man want to leave his family and his friends to go overseas, to live overseas, to be with a woman? Because they always argue, well, don't bring them to America because then she might divorce you. She might grab you by your balls and marry her over there. So you're going to go over to a country where you don't speak the native language. Even if you learn the language, you already admitted earlier, they're going to know it's not your native tongue. So you're going to have a hard time making friends. You don't got no family over there. You left all your lifelong friends just to be with this one woman.
Okay.
You think
My
that's a better option for a man than just being a masculine man, getting his life together so that way he can stay around his family and his friends and be around his cultures and his customs?
Okay. My thing is with you, first off, men are always been explorers, always traveling, seeing different things, taking risks. Men are risk takers. That's what we do. We don't seek stability. We seek adventure and risk taking to better our lives. Why did men in Europe travel to the Americas? They left their families, everybody to travel in America, and they gained great rewards. That's just the masculine trait of
Yeah,
taking
but I
risks.
mean, they left their country to travel to America to conquer land to make money, which they accomplished. And guess what? They went back.
No, a lot of
Then
the
they
a
brought
lot,
their people back over here after they went back. Then they brought the women over here and they conquered the land. When we did manifest destiny to conquer more land to make more money. Then we took our families and we brought them over to the land. They might have conquered a few women there, but they didn't say, oh, these women over here, these Indians are better than our women and just settle down with the Indians. They didn't do that. They conquered the land, smashed a few Indians, made the money, went back, got their wives, got their kids, got their people, put their people on the boat, came back over to America and whitewashed it. That's what happened,
that's not
right?
what happened for all of them. A lot of them stayed and became the first settlers. Then they family came. A lot of
Well,
the
their family
Spanish
still
can
came. You're suggesting men leave their family to go and be with a foreign woman who
to
they don't really know like that.
if
And
they
you saying it's a better option.
so if they're men travel for different reasons. One for adventure, two for dating and relationships, and three, some men travel to find a wife. There's many different reasons why many different men travel. It's not all in one box. That's what I'm saying. Like every man's different. Their situation is different. When you say that,
I don't think a man travels to find a wife, yes.
and
A
to
man
have adventure
travels to
too.
find a relationship, sure he might, right? But the man, going back to what I just said, is going to settle down. He's going to bring the woman into his kingdom,
But what
right?
if he liked the
Because
culture?
we're jumping across topics, and what I'm doing is I'm blending everything that we're saying back together so I can point out the picture to you how you're basically kind of proving all of my points. I don't know if you realize that you are, but you are. I'm not even saying it like it's a bad thing. I'm trying to get you to understand that. A man goes overseas. This goes back to Ed. Remember the Ed story. Go overseas, I see something I like. I spend the time and the money to court this woman, talk to her family. Your woman's going to be safe with me. Blase, 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 blah. Now, this is also protection for Ed Because if Ed was to just go overseas and take the first woman who seemed attractive to him, which is what y'all suggested most of these passport bros do, he don't know if she coming just for a green card. He don't know what she coming for. So you gotta be able to have the money to spend the time to really get to know the woman, and then you gotta be a man as far as you taking care of what she's supposed to be taking care of, so that you can afford to bring her back over here and move her back into your place. A man does what Ed does. What the passport bros are doing, and what you, for lack of a better word, are essentially saying that you're doing is y'all just traveling around sleeping with cheap women. Y'all don't have any intention on marrying these women and bringing them back over here. I haven't heard you say one time. You asked me if I was in a relationship. I told you no. Right now, I'm currently single. I just got to have a 4.5-year relationship. I already know who I'm about to get in a new relationship with once I'm done having my stuff, getting my stuff back right. You know what I'm saying? Getting back into a headspace where I want to be in a relationship, right? It didn't take me a long time to do that. I was on the market for a year and like 2 months, had all these women vetting for me, all these women vying for my attention, all these women wanting to be with me. And then one woman finally won the fight. And now I'm like, all right, it's going to be you. It didn't take me a long time to do that. That's what men do. Now, boys, and it's not a problem. It's not a problem because I did it when I was younger too. Y'all got to short out royal oats. Boys go around and travel and they try to smash and they try to lay the pipe and they try to be with as many women as they can be with, right? And I already said at the beginning of the stream, I don't have a problem with that. I still don't have a problem with that. But when you're talking about tradition, because what we're talking about right now is American women being traditional. Yes, if you're a man. One of the reasons a lot of dudes be having a problem getting submissive women is because they're not men. And part of that problem is that mindset. Oh, I'm going to just travel around and I'm going to just conquer. I'm going to just have fun. Men don't play. If a man travels to a land, the man conquers the land. He makes the money. Like I said, he might sleep with a few of a woman, but guess what? In every single scenario, he goes back home. He gets his people. He gets his kids. He gets his wife. He gets his family, and he brings them back. Okay. He don't just stay over there. He don't.
Oh, okay. My question to you is Tom Brady, you would consider Tom Brady a masculine man, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Why what about his situation? Why did he get divorced then? He a masculine man.
Tom Brady chose to keep being an explorer, as you would call it, instead of settling down with his family. Tom Brady did everything he could have done in the National Football League. There was nothing left for him to do. The Buccaneers sucked this year. There was no real reason for him to come back. His kids are getting older. His kids wanted him home. His woman wanted him home. Tom Brady's wife actually makes more money than Tom Brady does. So all that stuff about grabbing him by the balls and taking half, Tom not getting half. If anyone was going to get paid, Tom would get paid. Tom got divorced because Tom wanted to keep exploring and not settle down. When it came to a relationship, Tom Brady was not a masculine man.
A
masculine man would have said, I'm going to go back home with my wife. I already got the most Super Bowls in NFL history. I done broke every single record. It's all good. My lady got money. I'm about to go back home. I'm going to chill with my wife and kids. Because guess what? He's going to retire after this year anyway. Now he's going to retire and he ain't going to have no damn family.
So basically, he got to be at home, sitting at home, being a second mother, basically, in order to make his wife happy.
It's his family.
But I'm saying men have never hung around their family all the time. They never done that.
They were busy gone for months at a time for their entire marriage. Tom Brady also married a Brazilian supermodel, which, oh, by the way, thanks for pointing that out, Shanita, who was Brazilian. So this was supposed to be a foreign traditional woman who y'all say don't ever divorce anyone, but that's neither here nor there. Tom Brady also married a supermodel, and he knew he was marrying a supermodel. Tom Brady didn't marry a housewife. Tom Brady didn't marry a woman who didn't have a career. So that woman put her career on the back burner for Tom Brady for years so that he could live out all his dreams in the NFL. So Tom Brady made an unmasculine decision to throw all that to the side and say, oh, nah, I'm still going to go and play another year for no reason because the Buccaneers suck. For no reason because he already has the most Super Bowls. For no reason because he already broke all the records. There was no real reason for Tom Brady to do that. Now, we don't know what's going on in their household, so there could have been something else going on, right? But based off of what we can see, Tom Brady made the unmasculine decision. He did what you did, which is a boy mindset, which is I'm going to keep exploring and traveling and trying to conquer all these things instead of sitting down and taking care of my family. Tom Brady was given the grace to play football.
So he wasn't taking care of his family?
If you're not spending time with your kids, no.
What's spending time going to every soccer game, going to movies every Sunday?
When you have the opportunity to, yes. Again, Tom Brady married a career woman who he knew was a career woman. If Tom Brady wanted to just play sports and be gone his whole life, why didn't Tom Brady just go and get a woman who ain't got no damn money and say, hey, I'm going to take care of you, sit in the house?
My
He
question to
married
you
a
is,
supermodel. That's like marrying Beyonce and saying, oh, Beyonce wrong because she divorced me because she wanted to go make an album. I said, hell no, stay at home with the kids while I go make another 19th studio album.
being a supermodel, you still have your natural duties to your husband. You don't quit on your marriage just because he want to play football. That's irrelevant. That shouldn't matter. All them years, you should love your man enough to be like, you know what, this is what he want to do. I'm gonna support him regardless. It is what it is.
So he shouldn't love his wife enough to say, okay, baby, you sat here with me for literally over a decade, moved with me when I decided to switch teams instead of just retiring. I did all that. Now you want to get back. You got some career endeavors you want to accomplish. I'm going to let you do that. I'm going to go ahead and announce the football game so I'm at home for 5 days of the week. I'm only going on the weekends to announce the games so that you can do what you want to do now because you made that sacrifice to me, being that I knew you were a Brazilian supermodel when I got with you. And I knew you had more money than me when I got with you. So chances are you probably told me when you retire, I'm going to want to do this. So you're basically saying the only one who has any duty is the woman. This is why women are submissive to y'all.
First off,
that might be going over your head, but I'm just saying, this is why a lot of men struggle with submission because they're selfish.
Submission is to do what someone say regardless, just like in a job.
No, it's not.
Wait.
No, it's not. That's not what submission is.
So in a job,
that's the slave. It's not the same thing.
That ain't a slave. That ain't a slave.
To do what I'm gonna say regardless, and you don't have no responsibilities is a slave.
No, he do got a responsibility. I'm pretty sure he took it provided for his family. Did he not?
Is spending time with your family part of providing for him? Yes or no?
Yes, but he spent time with his family, just maybe not as much as she wanted. That's
so
subjective.
If she put her career on the back burner for over a decade for a man, what do you feel like is a man's responsibility in the marriage?
Yes, you attend to.
What is he supposed to do? If he's not supposed to spend time with the kids, he's not supposed to consider his wife, who he knew had a career before he married her. He's just supposed to explore and conquer land and conquer women. At what point does he say, okay, I'm going to settle down?
First off, Tom Brady never cheated on his wife. He was loyal to his wife.
Well, she never cheated on him either.
Huh?
She never cheated on him either.
That's what she's supposed to do. See, this is what
was
messed up.
All right, so
that's what's messed up.
So hold up. So he's not supposed to be faithful to her, but she's supposed to be faithful to him.
He is faithful to her, but I'm saying you saying that like that's
a
reward or something that she faithful to. This is how messed up it is in America. We congratulate people for stuff that what they supposed to do naturally. You're supposed to not cheat on your
I didn't congratulate her for not cheating. You're the one who said Tom Brady didn't cheat. To me, that's like you're not supposed to. You married.
Hey,
you the one who brought that. I didn't say that.
Hey.
You said that, bro.
Hey man, if he got a side piece, hey man,
hold on, I'll be right back. Hold on.
All right. Submission is submission. Y'all tripping. If you married to somebody, submission is submission. Submit and obey your husband. Women will submit to a job, but not their husbands. Y'all tripping. I do know what I'm talking about.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Hang on. I gotta coach you up here, young fella.
Shit, we the same age.
I gotta coach you. Oh, we the same age? So why you sitting here talking about some more? That's why you not married. And we the same age. Why you ain't married?
Shit, I'm still trying to do what I gotta do. I'm trying to get this channel up. I'm trying to
get
this channel up.
We're gonna leave that alone. We're gonna leave that alone. Look. Let me what is a man's responsibility in a marriage?
To his family, of course. To secure, protect, and provide for his family.
Okay. If your woman says, I want you to spend time with the kids. I've been holding you down for over a decade, supporting you in all your endeavors. I have something I want to do now. I want you to come home so it enables me to do it. You don't think it's a man's responsibility as far as securing his woman and his family to do that?
But Tom
You
Brady,
think he should just say, well, you go do what you got to do, and I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing. We're going to put some nurse in the house who may or may not touch our kids or abuse our kids because I don't want to go home.
wait, but Tom Brady said they have servants and maids and all these
That's
different
what I
things.
just said. You ain't
Yeah.
hear what I just said?
Repeat it again.
I said, so you were going to say, well, babe, instead of me staying home, I'm going to just leave the kids at home with servants and nurse and nannies who may or may not touch or abuse my kids. When I could just come home like you were home this whole time.
And be a second mother.
You don't
That's
think
what she
that's
wants.
selfish?
She want him to be a second mother. That's basically what she wanted him to be.
That's not a second mother. That's being a father, bruh.
A father is to set the foundation.
He had one of the highest paying sports analyst jobs on the table in history. He would have only had to leave on the weekend.
He don't want to do that,
He
though.
fly out on Friday, get a little game script, this who playing, you do the announcing for the game, you fly back in, you spend time with your family. You don't think a man should spend any time with his kids? You don't see the damage men not being around has done in the black community? You gonna sit here and tell me, oh, it's just money?
Wait, first off, a father is to set the foundations for his family. He don't have to be there every day. Men have never in human history been around the kids every day.
He's never been there every day is what I'm trying to explain to you. That's what you're missing. He never has been. He's missed several soccer games. He's missed several dance practices. He's missed mad moments in their life playing football. So now he has the opportunity. Hear me out. Now he has the opportunity to be there. Mm-hmm. He's basically like, nah, I'm gonna still do what I want to do.
What's wrong with him doing what he want to do? Long as he's not destroying.
He has a responsibility. See, you said to me earlier, because here's your issue. You seem to think only women have a responsibility in a relationship. You said to me earlier, what if you marry a woman and she all of a sudden decides she don't want to cook or she don't want to clean or she don't want to wear what you said she got to wear? She's supposed to do that. That's her duty. Right?
Yeah, that's her duty to.
So if your kids say they want you to be at their damn soccer game, be at the soccer game.
He don't have to be at every soccer game, though. That's going to destroy the foundation of the family.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Soccer season is during football season. He's not at any of them.
So you saying?
I'm telling you, he's not at any of them.
So you saying him not being in soccer games every day is going to destroy the foundation of their whole family? They all going to be messed up because he didn't go to a soccer game.
So you saying a woman deciding she don't feel like dressing how you want her to dress on that particular day, or she don't feel like cooking because she's tired is going to destroy the whole foundation of everything I've been built, and she's no longer a submissive, nurturing, caring woman because she ain't feel like cooking?
No, but she disobedient, but no, it won't destroy the foundation of the family, but it will cause friction. You know, why don't you want to cook for your husband? Why don't you want to do that?
Right. Why don't you want to be with your kids?
He's with his kid. He just don't have to be there every day like a mother. Think about it. Do you think the king of France was with his kids every day changing diapers? You think he was doing that? No, he was fighting in wars, conquering land for the bloodline.
Don't fight in wars. They send the troops. The president don't fight no wars. He send the troops.
But he lead his armies. He's in the battlefield. He leads his army.
That's what the general's for.
No,
the king tells you to go fight the war. The kings ain't fought in a war since like before Christ, bro.
No, in medieval times,
like literally since like before Christ.
Wait, time out. So you saying King Henry V didn't fight and invade France? You saying he didn't invade France personally himself?
Bruh.
I'll just say it.
You going that far back? I didn't mean literally before Christ. My point was that was a long time ago. People in positions of power send the troops. They don't go fight. They ain't did it in thousands of years. Is my point.
you mean since modern age, basically. But either way,
we go back to colonial times. The colonial times they didn't go fight.
Yeah,
it don't gotta be modern age. It's been centuries since that's happened, bro.
Centuries.
Yes, it has. It's been a long time. Look, why aren't we talking about Tom Brady and Giselle specific marriage anyway?
Okay, Ayesha Curry, perfect example. Ayesha Curry.
Ayesha Curry's married.
I know, and yet she want other men to lust after and holler at her. How disrespectful is that? And embarrassing to Steph Curry, who's loyal. He don't cheat, even though he could. He's famous. He gave her a cooking show. He did everything. He's there with the kids all the time, but yet she want other men to holler at her and lust after her, and probably she want to sleep with him on the internet.
Have you heard about Ayesha Curry sleeping with anyone besides Steph Curry?
No, she wants to though.
Have you heard of Ayesha Curry sleeping with anyone besides Steph Curry?
She not, but she just said
okay.
No men holler at her. No men don't do it. She want them to though. Yes or no? Did she not say that?
She said it would be nice to get attention from other men. What women don't like?
Why? Why?
What you mean? What? All right.
She married.
You think foreign women don't like getting attention from other men?
Of course, women like getting attention from men, but you don't say that on national on the internet, embarrassing your husband, making him look like he not doing his job when he worship her feet. He loved her since high school. We all know that. No, I said she loved him since high school. He loved her.
Has she left him?
No, she ain't left him.
Has she stopped taking care of the kids?
No, she ain't stopped taking care of the kids.
Has she stopped cooking?
No, she ain't stopped.
Has she stopped cleaning?
No.
Are they divorced?
No.
Has she ever beat him or hit him or anything like that?
Not that we know of. No.
Right, not that we know of. So what's your point? She said it would feel nice to get as much attention as he got.
My point is
she used to get.
My point is
should you have said that online? No, you probably shouldn't have said that online. But every woman feels that way. She was just goofy enough to say it online. That doesn't make her a bad wife.
I don't think once if you truly in love with somebody, you would feel disgusted to even another man wanting to talk to you because you have eyes for your husband. That's true love.
Do you watch Fresh and Fit?
Sometimes, yeah.
You watch Kevin Samuels?
I think I remember him talk about a segment about.
Do you believe high value men should be able to cheat on their women?
Men do it. I mean,
do you believe high value men should be able to cheat on their women?
That's a discussion between the man and the woman.
Do you believe that high value men should be able to cheat on their women?
That depends on that's a loaded question. That's a loaded question.
Become a high value it depends man. On if your YouTube channel get popping so you can work remotely and deal with your foreign woman, should you be able to cheat on her? Yes or no? Should you be able to cheat on her?
The type of man I am, I'm a one woman type of man, so I don't need to do that. Long as she taking care of me, I won't cheat on her. I won't cheat on her.
Okay, so you don't believe that you should do that?
Not me personally, but other men, it depends.
But you don't have a problem with other men doing that?
If the wife cool with it, no, I don't have a problem.
Okay, so what's worse? A woman saying, man, it would be nice to get as much attention online as my husband does or as I used to when I was younger before these kids, or a man who makes a bunch of money sleeping with a bunch of random women? Which one's worse?
There is no worse.
There's no worse?
If you disrespect is different. Wait. Disrespect is disrespect.
Yo,
if a man wait.
Chat, help.
Wait, disrespect is disrespect, is it not? So that's a loaded question you asking me because it's complicated. The king of Saudi Arabia has 20 wives, but yet it's
a photo online and saying, okay, I feel good that I feel like I still have it because people like the photo is not the same as letting somebody blow your back out or getting your back blown out. That's a false equivalency. That ain't the same thing, man.
Bro.
How is that the same thing?
Disrespect is different. Disrespect, regardless whether you do it physically or non-physically.
Ladies, if your man posts a photo with his shirt off and he get likes on Instagram, Are you gonna be more mad that he posted a photo with his shirt off and got likes on Instagram, or that he was out here sleeping with another woman? Put a 1 in the chat if you'd be more mad that he was sleeping with another woman than you would be that he posted a photo with his shirt off on Instagram. Put a 1 in the chat.
Relationships is standards for relationships depends on the individual people. So what we may think is not a big deal may be a big deal to somebody else. Am I correct?
One. Come on, man. You can't seriously listen, man. If we gotta have the discussion, we gotta have it in good faith, bro. You can't seriously be telling me you think someone posting a photo is worse than them sleeping with somebody. That's crazy talk, man.
Some people may think showing your leg is a sin versus somebody who wears a bikini where it's fine. Everybody's different. That's all I'm saying. Everything can't just be equal because what you may
Would
think
you
is
be more mad if your woman posted a photo of her in a bikini on Instagram, or if she let somebody blow her back out, or gave somebody a blowjob? Which one would make you more mad?
First off, she shouldn't be, unless I approve it, she shouldn't be showing provocative photos unless I approve it anyway. So that's a whole different situation right there.
Which one would make you more mad though?
Either
in
or.
both cases, she disobeyed you. Which one would make you more mad?
Keep it 100 with you. Just any disrespect will make me mad regardless.
All right, you ain't gonna
mad is mad.
Okay. All right. So let's just do a recap of this. In what way, right? In what way is dating overseas better than dating American women? Because in this conversation so far, I've mentioned how the average American man can't afford to bring the women back to the States. And you agreed that they can't. I mentioned how the average American man doesn't work remotely. So if he moves overseas, he's going to have to try to find a way to generate money somehow and still be able to have that same lifestyle that he brought over there when he attracted the woman in the first place, even though he's not native to the language. You agreed that most men ain't going to be able to do that too, correct?
They can. Some men have.
The average man, can the average man do that?
The average man can, if he got the will, yeah. Imara did it, Ace Live did it, Velope did it, Austin Holloman doing it.
Austin Holloman live in America, and he got a GoFundMe.
Wait, Austin in Brazil.
Austin Holloman did it. No, he didn't.
Austin in Salvador, Brazil. He in Brazil right now.
Right now, he don't live there.
Exactly. You just said he was in the States. He in
I said he lived in the States. L-I-V-E. Live. He lived.
But he don't live there no more.
Yes, he do.
He don't live in the States no more. He said he ain't going back.
Now?
Huh?
Where he live at now?
Salvador. He in Salvador, Brazil right now.
Visiting. He was just in Colombia.
No, he was in Thailand. He was in Thailand.
He was in Thailand before he was in Colombia.
No, he was visiting.
In the States. And he literally just said he don't even want to stay in Brazil because the Brazilian woman got on his live and said she was a feminist.
Nah, he didn't say nothing like that.
Yes, he did. The Brazilian woman really got on his live and said she was a feminist. He said, "Are you going to listen to me? You're going to be submissive." She said, "No, I'm not listening to no man. I'm my own man," which supports my point that women everywhere are women. She's either going to be submissive or she's not. It doesn't matter if you go overseas.
He said he put them on there for a reason, just for you guys to see. He said he ain't coming back to the States, so hey, it is what it is. I don't know.
That's what
he said. He wasn't coming back to the States. I got to take his word.
So if he
that's his business. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
We just spent all this time talking about Tom Brady and Steph Curry, and that ain't got nothing to do with us or this conversation. And now we on Austin Holloman, and you want to say it ain't got nothing to do with me.
I'm saying if he go back to the States, then that's what it is. But he said he wasn't gonna go back though. That's all I'm saying. I can go off his word. I'm assuming he's not a liar, so I'm just going off his word. Unless
I don't know why you assuming that, yo. Austin Holloman done told a hell of a lot of lies. So I don't know why you making that assumption. But okay. You want to make that okay. So The average man, in your opinion, if he works hard enough,
Yeah.
can make it overseas and supply a great life for a woman overseas. And okay, so the average man should up and leave America, go overseas where none of his friends are, none of his family is. He doesn't know the native language. Instead of just staying in America and being a real man, so he can stay around his friends and stay around his family and get the submission and go visit other places for fun like normal people do. That's what you think? Why y'all wave those passports around, man? Why y'all do that? Y'all act like that's Willy Wonka's golden ticket or something. Everybody got a passport. I don't get everybody has a passport.
Not everybody got no passport.
It wasn't until this year on YouTube, bro, that people started acting like passports was like $1 million, like it was a lotto ticket. Like what is it with that?
Hey man, I'm just giving people an option if they don't want to deal with the BS in the States. That's all I'm doing. It's just giving ideas out. Be like, for a young 18-year-old, be like, hey, let me go backpack and travel through El Salvador, Mexico, or something like that. What's wrong with sharing that idea? What's wrong with it? What's wrong with it?
Because you're telling people to go over there to get traditional feminine submissive women for a relationship. Again, if you're talking about tricking, I don't care. But you're telling them to do that to get into a relationship when you know damn well, even though you're being disingenuous right now, but you know damn well the average man can't afford to bring her back and give her any type of a lifestyle in a land where she's not going to know any goddamn body, have any friends or any family to rely on. So she'll probably also, the average man, if he did even manage to bring her back over here, there's a high chance hypergamy might kick in, and she might leave him for another dude who could provide that lifestyle that he was faking like he could provide overseas. Because we all know when dudes go overseas, they be spending money like they really got it like that. You sitting here and you acting like the average man has a job where he works remotely that he's gonna be able to keep when he goes overseas to earn the same money. But we both know that that ain't the damn case. Most people ain't working remotely, and if they are, they still have certain meetings and events they have to show up to the office at. So they ain't gonna be able to do that if they're overseas. Then you're acting like the average man's gonna be able to learn the language, pick up on the culture, and get a job overseas and make enough money to support that woman overseas, even though he's not originally from that damn land. Okay?
What?
Then you're acting like foreign women don't leave dudes for green cards when they get to America all the time. Then you're acting like this is a traditional feminine woman, which was the next thing, one of the last things I wanted to talk to you about. If she was a traditional feminine, nurturing, caring woman, why the hell would she want you?
Women are curious creatures. Well, why do white women?
Why would I want an American black man if I'm traditional?
Why do a white woman?
Religion or culture?
Why do a white woman in Utah want a black dude from Texas?
Because y'all American,
bro. Different cultures.
The culture is
from
American.
Texas is different.
You both watch football. You both went to college. You both eat barbecue. You both speak English. You're both probably Christians.
Wait.
That's not just a false equivalency.
No, that's not a fault. Every culture is different. So you saying a Mormon chick from
white
Utah,
woman from Texas, bro, dating a black man from Utah is not nearly the culture shock as a black man from Texas flying to Thailand and dating a woman who's from Thailand.
First off, women like variety. They like something different.
Drive to each other. You can drive from Utah to Texas. You can't drive from Thailand to Texas. He don't speak the language. He's not of the culture. It's way deeper than just not being the same race. He don't know the lay of the land. He don't know none of that. So he can't even talk to your family. They can't even have a conversation. A white
first off,
Utah can have a conversation with a black man in Texas' family. You can't do that in Thailand.
First off,
what's that?
Greet
Me Like I'm God said there was just 3 black Americans found dead in the Airbnb in Mexico, and passport bros won't talk about it.
Hey, there's Takeoff just died in Houston, Texas. Shit happens. That's
we
life.
Never act like. So here's the difference between us and y'all. I never tell men there's not gonna be some type of difficulties dealing with American women. I tell men to step their masculinity up. What do I mean? I step your masculinity up. Get yourself a job or a career. Get yourself your own whip. Get yourself your own place. Learn how to build things. Learn how to fix things. Learn how to repair things. All right? Learn how to be a leader and provide provisioning. Okay,
And yet over
learn how to
50%
communicate
of
effectively. Be yourself. Be confident in yourself. Stop trying to be
and
somebody
yet
else. So that
women
way you can
initiate
attract a woman
80%
who
of
actually likes you for
divorces,
you. This
and
is
it's
what I
over
tell the dudes to do.
50%.
What?
I
What you
said
say?
80% of women initiate divorce, and there's over 50% of divorces in America. Pookie and Ray Ray ain't getting divorced because they ain't got nothing. But the average guy who has something is still getting divorced,
First
regardless.
of all, the divorce rate is not 50% anymore. It's 40%
It's
now.
over 50%.
Second of all, no, it's not. It's 40% now. Second of all, besides that,
That's
okay,
because
you
people
want to use the talking
are married.
point. You want to use the talking point. 80% of women initiate divorces.
Yes.
What's the top 2 reasons people get divorced?
Financial, and
And
I
what else?
forgot the other
Cheating.
one.
The thing you say you think men should be able to do, cheating. So
I
if
said
80%
it
of women,
depends.
if 80% of women initiate divorce,
Mm-hmm.
then it would be safe to assume that the top 2 reasons for divorce is the reason that 80% of women are initiating divorce, correct? That's just basic logic, right?
Women
So
cheat for a
therefore, if a
variety of
man
reasons.
got himself together, which I tell men to do all the time, build your castle before you invite a woman in. Don't try to cheat by running overseas where your $50,000 salary seemed like you were a 6-figure earner and you're not. That's faking the fun. Get yourself together, all right? Get your life together. Get into that high 50, 75, something like that. Build the kingdom, then put the woman into the kingdom. Put the right woman into the kingdom, all right? So
And
one
she'll
is
still
eliminated
divorce you.
just by getting your life together. Because if the number one reason that women are leaving the dudes is because they can't provide, that means you shouldn't have got married anyway. The second reason is because men are cheating, which I tell dudes, once you pick a wife, be faithful to your wife.
Women cheat
So if
more
a
than
man
men.
just doesn't cheat, which you or whatever men want to do, I'm not going to tell them not to do it, which is why they asses is getting divorced, because you won't say, hey, y'all shouldn't cheat on your wives. So they're going to cheat on their wives, then they're going to get divorced, and you're going to come back here and be like, oh, American women are the worst. Well, you should have been telling them not to cheat. And 2, get your life together, get your stuff together, and then get into a relationship or a
First,
marriage. You can have
first,
fun with women, you can mess around, but if you get your life together, then you're good. Those are the top 2 reasons women leave. So
y'all won't
essentially,
let me
all
speak.
men have to do to not get divorced is not be a bum and not be a cheater. So everybody likes to throw out that 80% talking point, but what they don't want to acknowledge is all you have to do to not be included in that 80% is not be a bum and not be a cheater. And most men can't do that, as proven by the fact that you wouldn't even sit here and say, oh, I don't think men shouldn't be cheating. You wouldn't say it. I know you're not talking about yourself, but you won't put out a message that tells men you shouldn't get married and then cheat on your wife. Because you won't do that, you're contributing to the 80% divorce rate. Because why the hell should she sit there and get cheated on? You
Most
bringing the
married
dirty
men
dick
do not
home.
cheat
We
on their
want to deal with
wives.
that. You're gonna have
Most
her.
married men did not
You're
cheat on
gonna
their
come back with the
wives.
Nestle Crunch Bar D and then put it in her V box, and now her V box like Rocky Road with ice cream. Come on, man.
Most
See these
married
talking
men
points that
are
y'all
not cheating
use,
on their wives, man.
huh?
Most married men are not cheating on their wives, and they don't even get enough sex anyway. More women cheat than men. More women cheat than men. Now you know that's the truth. You know that's the truth. Don't lie. Don't lie.
If 80% of women initiate divorce, you believe that statistic, right?
Yeah, because women divorce for weird
Okay.
reasons, man.
You believe that statistic.
Yes.
So that would mean you have to believe the statistics that say the top 2 reasons they divorce men is for cheating and finances, right?
But most of the
So how
legality
can you
says
turn around and say men don't
irreconcilable
cheat?
differences.
How can you turn around and say men don't cheat?
Women will say, "Oh, he cheated. That's why I left." But in reality, she just whatever left him for whatever reason.
Men
Women.
don't cheat.
I'm not saying men don't cheat, but the average
We
man,
ain't
the
just had a
average married man
conversation where
doesn't
you
even
wouldn't
get
even, you
sex.
literally wouldn't say in the conversation we just had, you wouldn't tell men not to cheat. Now you saying men don't cheat.
No, I said it depends on the relationship. That's between the man and the woman. I'm not saying he should or shouldn't. It depends between the two. That's all I'm saying.
Men
Because
definitely
everybody's
cheat.
different.
We both know men cheat. Stop it.
Yeah, men and women cheat.
We
That's
both know
true.
men. I never said women didn't cheat. I said the top 2 reasons women file for divorce is because the money fell off and the man's cheating. So by using that same logic, since you brought that talking point up, you just didn't expect nobody to have a counter for it, but I already have a counter for it because you all use the same talking points. By that same logic, all a man has to do to not get divorced is not cheat and have his kingdom built already. And he's
Men
good.
still don't cheat and they still get divorced.
Oh
The
my
average
God.
dudes still get divorced. So you telling me you don't know a guy who got divorced just because the wife said, "Oh, I'm not happy
You're
anymore."
talking about anecdotal evidence.
Okay.
Because I told you earlier, if the man's the breadwinner in the household, the woman's gonna cook, the woman's gonna clean, she's gonna be nurturing, caring, and submissive. And you said, "Oh, that's just you." And then I was like, "That's
You're
all
not
my friends." And
married
you were like,
though.
"Well, that's
You're
just
not
your friends."
married.
I know plenty of men that don't happen to.
You're
So
not
for you to
married.
turn around and say, "Oh, there's some men who," what?
But you're not married though.
But the friends I brought up as an example were, and I told you that. And you said,
I
"Well,
work with
I
majority
know
women.
dudes who they in sexless marriages and they women don't do this and they women don't do that." That's anecdotal evidence. What we know by statistical fact is that women initiate 80% of the divorces. What we also know by statistical fact is that the reason for those divorces is the finances fell off and the dude just cheating. So for you to sit here and say, "Well, I don't think that's necessarily the case," then throw out 80% stat. When we're not going to use
Okay,
stats because you can't just use the
let's
stats that
throw it
fit your
out.
narrative and then ignore the other stats. So I don't want to hear the 80% talking point then if that's the case. So like I said,
Okay, let's
y'all
throw it
use
out.
those talking points, they tired, and y'all don't expect for no one to have a counter to them. Just like I can counter feminist talking points, I can counter minister talking points very simple too. Most men ain't shit. Most men don't even want to be married. You
It
don't
is
want to be
because
married.
they
You
not
say you the
respected
same
in a
age as me.
marriage.
Here's the difference between me and you. You're the same age as me. I just gotta have a 4-year relationship. I decided to give myself a year and a half to go out here, date around, see what I really want before I decide to settle down again, right? I got out of a 4-year relationship because she didn't want to go down the life path that I was going down. Fine. Amicable split. You're not even looking for a relationship at 31 years old. You trying to fly overseas, which you should have did in your 20s. You trying to fly overseas and spread your seed at 31 years old.
No.
So why would we believe if you was married that you was going to be faithful?
It depends on the situation.
You're not. Let's just be honest. Do you even want to be married? Because this is
Yes,
the
I
next thing.
do.
Do you want to be
Yes.
married?
Yes.
You do.
Yes.
You want to have some kids?
At least 4. Yeah.
You want to have at least 4 kids?
Yeah.
And you want to settle down?
Yeah.
You going to do that with a foreign woman?
We'll see. I can't say. We'll see. I don't know the future. We'll see. I would like to get a woman in Texas. I would like to get a woman in Texas, but if that situation don't work out, maybe I'll look to the foreign option as a second option. This is a second option. I'm not saying that you can't have a successful relationship, but this is a second option men should look into. That's all I'm saying. It's just a second option. It ain't the permanent, it ain't the save your life type of situation. It's just another way in case the first way doesn't work out. That's all I'm saying. I'm glad that you got successful in your relationships, but the average man is not that successful unless you Future or Drake, all this other type of stuff. The average dude is not respected in his relationship. We talking about the ones who got a job, got a car, got all this. I work with majority women. None of them cook. None of them. Zero. None of them.
I guarantee you, if I talk to any of the women you work with, they'd be in my house cooking. They talking that shit to you. They saying that to you. I guarantee you they would. I promise you.
I would pay you $1,000 if that could happen. I'll pay you.
I promise you they would. And you said you in Texas?
No, I live in Utah, but I'm going back to Texas.
Oh man, you in a Mormon state. Don't tell me they don't cook.
No. I never said that. Wait. I said my coworkers who are doctors, got masters, bachelors, a lot of them do not have traditional roles. They do not do their traditional roles. That is what I'm saying. I'm not saying every woman don't, but the highly educated women I'm with, they don't do that. They eat
The
takeout.
highly educated women I'm with do. I was just dating the CDL. She the one who made me the state meal.
Okay, then you got the magic
then I was dating
sauce.
a
I
dentist.
can't compete
She
with
the
that.
one who baked the apple pie.
Okay, but
You know why?
let's
You
see
know why
let's see
women
how
don't
you
cook for
do when
some
you
men?
marry. Let's
Because
see
they
how
don't
you
have
do when you marry.
masculinity. That's why they don't cook for some men. Now you're
Wait,
gonna
wait,
go
wait.
back to the marriage thing.
You're
Well,
not married, so
let's see
it's a
if it
different
changed up
ball game.
when you're married. Is the name of
Oh,
this channel Reset Marriage or Reset Relationships?
okay, it's a reset relationship, but eventually you
So
want to
what the hell are you
lead.
talking about marriage for?
But wait, a relationship supposed to lead to marriage, does it not?
Is the name of the channel Reset Marriage or Reset Relationships?
Relationships supposed to
Right.
lead to marriage, right?
No, wait. It's Reset Relationships, right? Now
Yeah.
you said the women telling you they don't cook, they don't clean, they're not submissive, they're not doing all that stuff, right? And this is why the men aren't marrying them, correct?
Yeah.
So if I know how to get women to do all this stuff and I can teach men how to get into relationships where all this stuff is happening, wouldn't that make them say, okay, I'll get married? The same reason it's not happening for some men who are married, because it ain't all men, because I know plenty of married men who it's happening for. The reason it ain't happening for some men who married is because they're not masculine men. They didn't call their shots. They don't set a standard. They're not taking care of 70, 30 to 100% of the bills. When I brought that up earlier, you didn't even want to agree with that. I was like, I don't think no real man should be going 50-50 with his woman. It should be at least 70-30. You was like, I don't know if I agree with that. That's why no one's cooking for y'all. That's why no one's cleaning for y'all. That's why no one's submissive to y'all. Because y'all refuse to be a real man. All y'all want to do is talk about women supposed to follow everything I say. And they're supposed to do this and I'm supposed to do that. Men have a role too. And when men realize they have a role, just like women have a role, that's when they'll get submission. But if men continue to walk around here with some 1940 mindset that I should just get stuff because I'm a man, even though I'm not doing anything, and if I'm not getting it, I'm gonna go overseas because everybody told me the women overseas just do this stuff and I don't gotta have nothing for them to do it. Okay, take your ass overseas. And that English speaking woman who talking to your ass, go ahead and bring her over here and she's gonna hit you with the Eddie Murphy bum foo foo and she's gonna switch up on you once she get that green card. There ain't no woman who's gonna take care of a man who's not a provider, who's not a protector, who's not a leader, who she don't vibe with.
Let
and
me
that's
let
the
me clear
real
some things
problem
up.
with American. It has nothing to do with American women. American women are as submissive as they ever been. American men are intimidated by American women for no reason. Like you say here, oh, the women I know who are educated, they don't do this, they don't do that. They ain't doing that because the dudes not being men.
Let me clear
How
some
many men
things
you
up.
even know got the balls to tell a woman, yo, on the third date, you're going to cook for me? You ever told a woman that? I'm coming to your place, cook something for me.
Yeah. But
and what
let me clear some things up though. Let me clear some things up. I agree
but real
with
quick,
you.
before you clear something up, what did she do when you told her that?
She gave me a little hesitation.
But did she do it?
Eventually, yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. What you want to clear up?
What I want to clear up is I agree with you. A man should pay for all the bills. I agree with you with that. They should take care of all the bills, all the responsibility. That's a man's duty. But my thing is with you is that there's a difference between a relationship dynamic and a marriage dynamic. Because in a relationship, both parties can leave and keep their stuff. So it's equal. But in a marriage, the woman has all the power and authority in the relationship because he got the state to back her up. Once you marry a woman, all the dynamics you talked about changes because now you know she can tell you no, and you just can't walk away because she can take everything you got. Now you're gonna do things differently. You're not gonna be as bold to say on Wednesday, cook me this. You ain't gonna be as bold to say that because you know she can just tell you no, and then you're just gonna have to be quiet. And then if you keep pressing her, she can kick you out the house. So the dynamics change.
Two things. Does the marriage law change when you marry a foreign woman?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
The marriage laws don't change when you marry a foreign woman. It's the same law when you marry a foreign woman.
But most guys who marry foreign women normally stay in the foreign country.
No, they don't. Most guys who marry foreign women bring them over here.
Okay. I don't know the full statistics, so I can't say. So I'll just have to go off what you say because I don't have the stats. So I have to go with what you say.
So if you believe that not only are the options better over there, but most foreign men who marry foreign women stay over there, what did you come back here for?
I'm not married to a foreign woman, so I came
I
back
know,
for
but I'm
different
saying
reasons.
if you want to get married, what'd you come back here for? Shouldn't you have stayed over in Mexico?
If I like the culture, most guys like the cultures that they're visiting. They don't hate the culture. Ace Live like the Latin culture. Amara, Austin, they all like those different cultures. They're not just there for the women is the draw, but they like that culture. They're not gonna be somewhere where they hate it, where they hate the whole culture. No,
So
the men
you
like
didn't like Mexico. You didn't like Mexican culture.
I love Mexican culture. Guadalajara
So
was a
what'd you come
beautiful
back for?
place. What do you mean? I went to Dominican. I wanted to see Dominican. I like Dominican culture. I like Dominican women. I heard about it. So I was like, okay, let me try out Dominican and see what's up with there. I don't have to stick
So
to one place.
how are you gonna ever get married if you don't stick to one place?
I'm not looking for marriage right at that point. I'm not looking for marriage though.
You just said you wanted to be married.
That's later on in the future, not
If
now.
you're the same age as me, how later on you waiting?
Bruh, men can have kids and reproduce when they
There y'all
80
go.
years old, man. A man don't have a biological clock.
There
That's
y'all
what
go.
women have, not us. Why rush? Why rush? Why you just said a man should have his castle before he meets his woman, right? Well, I'm building my castle, trying to get some things off the ground. I
Okay.
don't feel like getting
So you
married.
built your castle and you came back to America to do it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know why? Because the average man can't build a castle overseas. Which goes back to my point when
That's
I said
that's not
it
necessarily
doesn't
true.
make sense to tell men to go overseas and just date the woman overseas versus bringing her over here to avoid marriage laws. Because what is he going to do over there to generate money? If it was that simple, you would have just stayed.
Well, so
If it
you're
was that
saying no
simple,
man.
Austin Holloman would have just stayed and he wouldn't have made a GoFundMe.
So you saying that Ace Live right now, he making his money in the
I don't know
States.
who Ace Live is. Who is Ace
Oh,
Live?
my bad then. Sure, I don't know who you know, but so you saying
No, you
all
can tell
men
me who
have
he
to
is.
say
Who is he?
he's a traveler YouTuber. He makes travel videos. Right now he's in Argentina. And he's not in the States.
Let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
For you to be in your 40s and settle down with a woman and have a family, you think a woman gonna settle down with a 40-something-year-old man unless he a six-figure earner?
You just said the average woman don't expect to have six figures though.
When she's dating someone her age?
No, you ain't say that. You ain't say all that, man. You ain't say all that. You said women
Your plan,
don't care about
you
six
saying your
figures.
plan is to build your castle, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if your castle don't get built until you 45, 50, so I'm assuming because you just brought up the biological clock, you're not gonna
Mm.
date someone your age, right?
Nah. Young fertile.
Right, right, young and fertile. So
Yeah.
a young and fertile woman is gonna get with an older man who's not rich. Why would she do that when she's young and fertile? She can just get with someone young.
But
Why
what
would she
is
pick you?
rich? What is rich though? What is rich?
She's not gonna get with someone who's a low earner. Let's say that.
Okay, what's considered a
So
low
my point
earner?
of bringing that up, the reason I asked you when are you gonna settle down is because this is another internet delusion. Everybody thinks they're gonna be high six-figure earners. Now I happen to know a lot of high six-figure earners because of the career field that I work in and because I graduated from college. Everybody ain't gonna be that. And chances are, if you already done hit your 30s and you ain't that, you probably ain't gonna be that. So dudes got this thing because they're getting it from the internet. I'm gonna just keep pushing this off. I'm gonna just keep pushing this off. I'm gonna just keep pushing this off. I'm gonna get married. Yeah, to some young fertile thing. Ain't no young fertile thing about to date no dude who 40 something years old and he ain't got nothing.
What about Kevin Samuels? Kevin Samuels didn't blow up to his 50s.
Yeah, and Kevin Samuels. Okay, first of all, Kevin Samuels is an anomaly. That's number one. Second of all, Kevin Samuels got divorced twice because he was a cheater. That's number two. Number three, Kevin Samuels couldn't get the woman he really wanted until he blew up. And then Kevin Samuels died basically as soon as he blew up.
Him dying is irrelevant, but he became successful and he was able to get the women that he want later on in life. That's what I'm saying.
So you saying young men, this is your advice to young men. Because my advice to young men is, listen, get yourself together, build yourself a kingdom, get you a woman, cash out your chips. Your advice to young men is to keep chasing a high value dream until you maybe hit it when you're 50 something years old and then die when a young woman turns you out.
No. What's considered high value is subjective. A guy making 50,000 can be considered high value to some Brazilian chick or some Colombian chick or some Dominican chick. But if you're talking about in America, if you make 50 grand and you take care of yourself, to certain women, you are considered high value. It's subjective. What's high value is
you
subjective.
make 50, 70 something grand and you take care of yourself, you win the ball game unless you're 50 years old. I'm trying to explain to you. Not if you're 50 years old. If you're 50 years old, you want to deal with women who 30 something years younger than you, bro. You're going to have to come harder than that.
Hey,
so the two pieces of advice you're giving men is to go overseas, try to find someone to date, and then move overseas and find some type of remote work because that's better than dating an American woman. Or stay in America and shoot pipe dreams up until they become high earning men, and then they can go back and get them a younger woman. That's the manosphere strategy, and it's stupid.
Okay, this is what I advise men. If you let me speak, this
men
is what I
need to
advise
go to college and get their asses a degree, or go to trade school and get their asses a trade, build them a damn kingdom, snatch them up a young fine thing, and cash out. That's what they need. That's my thing. What's your thing?
So, all right. So this is what men should do. In their 20s, explore, do the things that you're passionate about, do what you got to do. If traveling, getting you one of these is what you want to do, you should have one just in case. Take risk, do all that. When you're in your 30s and older, look for somebody that's good quality, a woman of good quality, whether that be in Brazil, Colombia, or it be in Oklahoma. It just depends. And then go from there. Because what's considered high value is subjective. Because somebody who makes 40,000 but looks great, a woman may fall in love with him not for money, because she don't need his money because she can make her own money.
Who don't need his money so they can make their own money?
No, I'm saying women. A lot of women don't date guys for the money. Some women date men for the looks or the personality or whatever. It's all subjective.
Most women date men for the looks and the personality. Most women date men for their looks and their personality, but you still need to be able to take care of yourself.
Yes.
The only time they really high earning becomes a thing is when you wait until you old as hell. Which is why I don't tell men to wait until they old as hell. Yeah, have fun. That's not necessary. But here's my thing: establish yourself. Yeah. Everything is not necessary, man. Nothing's ever 100%.
Because life is is uncertain. Everything is all gray.
But there's a probability chart that says you do this is more likely to happen, correct?
Not necessarily. I can't say that.
All right, so you would go over to Old Block in Chicago and just chill.
I could if I wanted to.
Mad people die at Old Block in Chicago, so I'm probably not gonna go over there.
People die everywhere. I mean, you could go there.
So you would go and chill on Old Block in Chicago?
If I had a purpose to, yes. If I didn't, no.
Why? Because it's dangerous, right?
And I don't have a reason to go over there. If I had a purpose to go over there, I would go. It's dangerous everywhere. People still go to Colombia, even though people die in Medellin. People still go. There's a possibility of getting scoped, but people still go to date the women out there.
All right. Yeah, any closing thoughts, man?
It was fun. This is my first debate. It was fun. You know, I agree with you on certain things. I can't lie about that. Guys, get you one of these just in case. You ain't got to use it, but you got to get one just in case. And get you a submissive traditional woman if the women out here ain't doing you right.
All right, let me go through a few more comments before I give my closing thoughts. Buckets and Bouquet said, I grew up in a 2-family home. My mother cooked, cleaned, and stayed home. My father worked, and all my aunt are married, and most people I know are married, black and married. The passport bro mindset seems like a little boy mindset. Shania Best says, can you fix a car? Can you fix appliances? Grow a garden. This goes back to what I told you guys, the ability to be able to fix things, the ability to be able to build things. All these things play in the masculinity.
In Latin America, you ain't got to do all that. Just be a decent provider.
That's a flat out lie.
be a provider.
All right, so if you go over to Latin America and a burglar come in the crib, you're not supposed to go down there and protect the household?
Obviously, I'm saying be a provider.
What are you talking? So she's not going to expect you to be able to damn fix nothing or build nothing?
Do you know how to fix a car?
That's my
Do you know how to
issue
fix
with
a
the
car?
passport bros, yo. This is why I say y'all cat. Y'all act like y'all can just go overseas with no receipts, by the way, because none of y'all have receipts of this. Y'all act like y'all can just go overseas and just say, hey, I like you. Come give me a blowjob. Come in my house, cook and clean. And they're going to be like, okay, Papa. Okay, Papa. And you don't got to do nothing. You don't got to pay for nothing. You don't got to fix nothing. You don't got to build nothing. You don't got to protect nothing. You don't got to have no personality. She don't got to like you. You don't got to be able to lay pipe. You can just go over there and it's just going to be great. And that is a lie. That's
no one said
lie.
All you got to do
and you
is
know
be
it's not
a provider.
True. That's the funny part. You know that's not true.
All you got to do is be a provider, be a decent guy, and that's everything else will work itself out. It's not all this weird complication.
That's my thing. Stop acting like it's different. Oh, you don't gotta learn. You don't gotta be no provider over there. Yes, you do. If it's
no one said you couldn't.
You to provide. You don't gotta know how to build and fix things over there. Yes, you do. If she's a traditional woman, her ass ain't about to. She's not gonna go unclog the toilet. She's not gonna fix the sink. She ain't gonna do it.
You just pay somebody to do that.
Gutters. She ain't gonna mow the lawn. She's not gonna do none of that. That's gonna be your job. If somebody breaks in, she's not gonna protect the house.
You gonna pay for that.
Be your job.
You gonna pay for that. Obviously, common sense is you pay for a plumber, you pay for a mechanic. You don't know how to fix a car. You don't know how to do every little thing.
I fix stuff on my car all the time.
But I'm
Obviously,
saying
it's a major concern. You can pay for a mechanic, but you should know how to fix normal stuff around the house. Yeah, you should, as a man, know how to do that. You should know how to fire a gun so that you can protect your household. You should go out and
obviously any man's gonna.
So that you can be a provider. Why do y'all make it seem like you don't have to do these things overseas? It's not true.
I never said every man's gonna protect the woman that they care about.
You don't gotta know how to build or fix nothing. You go overseas. Yes, you do. You do.
What the hell? What you gonna build and what you gonna fix if you got an Airbnb or something like that?
You're not gonna live in an Airbnb. You talking about somebody who's visiting. We're supposed to be talking about relationships and marriage. You're not gonna live in an Airbnb, are you? You're gonna live in an Airbnb. You ain't gonna never buy a house.
Okay, let's say you get a house there. You're gonna pay somebody to fix it because you're making US dollars. So you'll bring somebody to come fix it, just like how you would do in the States. Most men don't know how to do all that handy work, or they don't have time because they work 9 to 5. So in the same thing in Latin America,
plenty of time to do a lot of stuff. That would be like saying a woman work 9 to 5, so she shouldn't cook. Yeah,
a lot of women don't. A lot of women don't. A lot of women don't. They use that excuse to not cook, not give sex, and not cook. A lot of them use that as an excuse. Don't lie and say they don't. Don't lie.
Yeah, I'm non-masculine men. Absolutely.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
That's a fact.
That's not a fact.
That's a fact.
Non-masculine men. Non-masculine is anything she don't like. Now you're not masculine.
Not. Masculinity is very specific. I've explained it several times. Every single woman in the chat has agreed with me every single time I've explained it.
Let her be
femininity. Femininity is not subjective. Femininity is femininity. It's nurturing, being nurturing, being caring.
Okay, answer me this. So when she's mad at you, is she still gonna cook, clean, and give love to you even when she pissed off? The average woman do not do that here in the States. The average woman do not do that. When they pissed off at you, they tell you go sleep on the couch. They ain't cooking. They ain't giving you no sex.
Any man who gets told to sleep on the couch in his house by a woman is a sucker. Ain't no
She
damn.
can
I ain't
she
never
can call
been
the
told to go
cops.
sleep on my couch by a
She
woman
can
in my
call the
house in my life.
cops. She can
She
call the
can't
cops
call
and
the
kick them
cops
out
to
the
make you
house.
sleep on the couch in your house. That's stupid. She can't do
Bro,
that. How's she gonna
she
call the
can't.
cops and say make them sleep on the couch? How
No,
is she
she
gonna
can
do that?
lie. Wait. First off, let's just say a woman is mad at you, right? And she tell you to go sleep on the couch. So you still gonna sleep in that bed instead of sleeping on the couch?
What?
If a woman mad at you, let's just say she mad at you and she say she wants you to go sleep on the couch. Are you gonna sleep on that bed or sleep on the couch?
She's not gonna tell me to go sleep in the couch because it's my damn
No,
house.
let's just say she did. Let's just say
She's
she
not.
did.
She's not. It's never happened,
You don't
and
want
it
to
never
answer.
will.
You don't
She's
want to
not.
answer.
And if she did tell me that, I would say no because it's my house. That would be my
Oh,
answer.
that's what you think. Okay, she
No,
gonna
that's
let
what
you.
I know. That's why it's never happened to me.
You never been married
That's
though.
what I know. That's
You
why
never
it's
been
never
married.
happened to me.
You never been married though.
But I've had a woman living with me for 4 years. I don't have to be married to have a woman
Living.
get upset and say don't sleep with me. That's dumb.
No,
That's a
no.
false equivalency. You don't have to be married to experience living with a woman. That's goofy.
But it's a different
So you
dynamic.
telling me
Power
now she's gonna
dynamic.
get married? Now she's gonna make me sleep on the couch because she's married? That's stupid. She would have did that in the relationship. That doesn't make any sense.
Okay, let's see how successful you are when you get married and see.
Bruh,
Let's see the power.
you're
dynamic.
not successful now. So if you're not successful now, why would we believe you're gonna be successful in a marriage? Most people ain't successful in a marriage. These are habits that carried over from their relationship. People don't just change up like that, bro.
But I'm saying the power
They don't.
dynamics
If a woman
change
gonna
where
tell you to
now.
sleep on the couch, for you to say, "Oh, you lived with a woman for years and she never told you to sleep on the couch because you're not married," you don't feel like that's a stupid thing to say? Like, not even trying to be funny. You don't think that that's dumb? That's a. Like, what does marriage have to do with someone telling you to sleep on the couch?
Because she has
It's still your
authority
house.
now. She has
No, she
authority
don't.
in the
It's your
marriage.
house.
Bro,
How does she have authority to make you sleep on the couch, bro? Where
'cause
in
she
the
can
marriage
use
laws
the
does it say
state.
she can make you sleep on the couch?
Because she can use the government to punish you
How
if
is
you
she
don't
gonna
do what
use
she
the
said.
government to make you sleep on the couch?
How did Stacey Dash try to call? She called the cops on her husband, lying, saying he abused her just so she can teach him a lesson because she was mad at him.
How's she gonna call the cops on you and say you abused her if you didn't hit her?
But yet the cops came, and yet there was a situation. They come
Did he go to
regardless.
jail?
I don't believe so,
No.
because he
Nah,
recorded
you-
recorded her. He had to record her in order for him to not go
Bro,
to
that's
jail.
that's an arbitrary, random, one-off situation. The cop ain't coming to your goddamn house because a woman said she was abused, and there's no markings and there's no abuse on her, and they just
But
gonna
they
take her
come
word
first,
for it.
though.
I know that for a fact because I've had several women. I've called the cops on women before. They'll come get the woman. This is
But I'm
another
saying
thing
they
where
come.
I said not being a masculine man. See, a non-masculine man gonna sit there and argue and bicker with a woman back and forth. A masculine man gonna do the same damn thing a woman would do. Yo, get this chick up out my house. And guess what? They came and they got her ass.
But
Y'all
in
sit here and act like
Latin
y'all have no
American countries,
options.
you ain't got to do
Y'all
that.
sit here and act like y'all have no ways to protect yourself from anything. And it's not true. Oh, she can call the cops on you. Call the cops on her.
So
It's your
but
house.
in Latin America, women don't do any of that. They don't do any of that. They don't call cops on you just because they mad at you.
Brazilian?
Hmm?
Isn't Giselle Brazilian?
She lived and was raised in the States, though.
Is Giselle Brazilian?
She's nationally, yes. Nationally, yes.
Okay. Now, you're going to sit here and tell me Hispanic women don't be stabbing their men and all types of stuff all the time?
In
You gonna tell me you
Dominican,
ain't never
nobody
heard
didn't
that
do
before?
that. In Dominican, no guy never told me anything like that. In Dominican Republic.
Where's the chat at? Where's the chat at? Chat. Y'all ever heard about women of Hispanic descent cutting people up and using knives?
That's
stuff
more
on
of an
their men?
American thing. Not in
Everything
Latin
is an
America, a chick
American
won't do that.
thing. Oh Lord.
I never
So again,
never
if the
heard
Latin
anybody in
chicks are
Mexico.
so great, why didn't you bring one back with you?
My situation wasn't advantageous to that. My situation wasn't.
Who's that?
I wasn't looking to do that anyway.
Moshe said, "Yo, this man has never met a Latina." Exactly. They talking about something I ain't never heard about. No South America, Latin
in
women,
America, maybe
bucking at a man. Are you serious? Black women and Hispanic women, the most aggressive women in the country. How you gonna sit
But
here and
I'm
tell
saying,
me I ain't never
but
heard
I'm
about
saying,
no Latin woman get no knife and get bucky?
But I'm saying,
nuts. You
I'm
being
saying in
disingenuous,
Dominican,
man.
they're not gonna stab their men. In
Look,
Dominican, they don't go
Moshe
stab them.
said, Moshe said, I ain't gonna say the N word, but he said that's their trademark. Latinas like to cut when they get mad. Everybody knows that. What you
in the
talking about, yo?
States, but in Mexico, it's
Most of
totally
those
different.
countries have extremely high femicide rates, which is also a fact. Because I brought that up when I talked about Thailand. I was like, yo, when we talking about, oh, somebody done broke the law. That's what happens when you live downtown. Who broke the law? Did they get them? But anyways, exactly. A lot of these women, nope, they ain't get them. They still chasing them. Get them, boys. Don't pay me no attention, man. I'm just capping right now. And that's the bouncing those hey. But anyways, bro, you gotta understand, in a lot of those countries, women have no rights. Y'all trying to make it seem like they're traditional. They don't have a choice. You know how many women are abused in those countries, bro?
Allegedly, a lot of women are abused in America. Allegedly.
But here's the difference. In America, they can call the cops. Overseas, there ain't no police force. There's very little to no police presence in Brazil, the Dominican Republic. Very little to none. You acknowledge that, correct?
What I publicly saw was a lot of loving relationships. There wasn't any bickering and all this.
Is there a profound police force in the Dominican Republic?
Not a profound compared to America, but they're there.
They barely exist. And I know that because my friend got robbed overseas and he called the cops. Took him 2 hours to show up. There's very little to no police force overseas. I've experienced it.
In Mexico, there was a lot of police in Mexico.
Especially in the Dominican Republic.
But in Mexico, there was a lot of police. They
actually advise women in the Dominican Republic not to go outside without a man because somebody do something to you, ain't nobody coming to help you.
In Mexico, there's plenty of police. I felt very
Now we're going back to Mexico. You say you wanted to be in the DR.
I never said that. I said I went to the DR after Mexico.
All right, what else is the chat saying here?
Got putting words in my mouth.
Most Latino men can fix cars and build houses and fix appliances. Yeah, because they're masculine men, which the passport bros don't talk about.
If you have money, why not?
They don't know what you're talking about. And then they shift it back to America and like this stuff only happens in America. Like you only gotta be a man in America. It's cat.
Get your passport.
Most men are not traditional men, but they want women to fill traditional roles. Exactly. If you don't believe you gotta pay all or most of the bills, why would you expect a woman to have a hot meal?
I never said that.
Clean for you all the time. If you can't fix a regular household appliance, why she got to go all the way up the stairs with the vacuum cleaners, throw all the clothes in the laundry, put them in the dryer, fold them, hang them up on the hanger?
Cleaning household chores is not that hard, bro.
It don't make sense.
Household chores is not that hard, bro.
She also brought up another point. She said they can pay someone to cook like you can pay someone to fix something. So if you're going to say, I don't got to know how to do that because I can just pay someone, she can literally say to you, okay, just pay someone to cook. But then if she said that, you would say she's a non-submissive woman.
Cooking is love. Cooking is love. Cooking is showing love. Cooking what your man like is love. Showing love.
Okay. You don't think building, fixing your lady's car?
If you're not an engineer, if you're not an engineer, then you can pay somebody to fix the car.
Unclog a toilet, bro. Or exchange a pipe.
Come on, bro. We're not talking about these little. See, this is what I'm saying. All these little minute things to disqualify a man. It's not like the common sense things happen, but these little minute things to disqualify a man only happens in the States. In Latin America, you don't bicker about did you close the seat? Did you unclog the toilet? Oh, you ain't do this.
Nobody said. Who said that you would be bickering about that over here?
You bringing it up. The common sense.
I said you should know how to do it. It's a part of being a masculine man.
If you don't know how to
do that, there's some men who won't bicker about their women not knowing how to cook. What you say?
Wait. I said just because you don't know how to do that, don't mean you're not masculine.
Okay, so if a woman don't know how to cook, does that mean she's not feminine?
That's a major thing versus clogging a toilet.
Oh man!
Come on, bro.
So if a man can't fix nothing, that doesn't disqualify him from being a man. But if a woman can't cook, but she's nurturing, caring, she's submissive, she follow your lead, and she clean, she's not a feminine woman because she can't cook. Bro, you overdosing on red pills. I agree with Greek me like
So
God.
so the
You
Prince of
overdosing on
Wales
red
is
pills,
not a
bro.
masculine man because he ain't clogging no toilet.
What you say?
I said the Prince of Wales don't clog toilets. He not a masculine man. The King of
Just
England,
because he doesn't do
he
it
don't
doesn't mean he
clog
doesn't know
toilets. He
how to
don't
do
do
it.
none of that. Huh?
Okay, so again, a woman who can't cook, but she does everything else. You just said she's not a feminine woman, right?
But
That's
a
what you just
woman
said.
cooking is an everyday thing. Clogging the toilet happens once every so often randomly. Cooking is an everyday thing. Clogging the toilet happens once every weird blue moon. That's different. You can't compare that.
Can you hire a cook?
You
Can you cook?
can, but I can cook, yeah. I ain't got no choice. But cooking is a
You do
major role
realize
for a woman.
that doesn't have to be. There's some women out here who can't cook at all that do cook.
Shit.
So you're saying
Okay.
she's not even. You saying she's not even a woman if she can't cook. I never
No, I
said she
said that's
wasn't
a
a man if you couldn't
major
fix anything.
feminine role. I said that's a major feminine
And
role.
being able to fix and build things is a major masculine role. Why do you think most foreign men can do it?
So
You just
Elon
see them
Musk,
saying in
so
chat.
Elon
Most
Musk is
Latino
not
men know how to
masculine.
fix cars and random household things.
So Jeff Bezos not
See, there's a
masculine.
problem.
Elon
Y'all
Musk.
disqualify everything that's a man's supposed to do. And this
So
is
you
why I
saying
came to the space, because I'm like, this is why women aren't cooperating with y'all. Y'all
wait,
disqualify everything a man's supposed to do, and then you ask for a traditional woman in turn.
so Elon Musk is not masculine. Jeff Bezos not masculine.
Elon Musk knows how to fix. What makes you think Elon Musk don't know how to fix stuff? He designed the damn car. You think he don't know how to fix stuff?
No, he didn't design the cars. He came into the company with his money. He's not an
What
engineer.
makes you think Elon Musk don't know how to fix minor things on the car? What makes you think he can't unclog a damn toilet? What makes you think he can't clean the gutter? Why do you think that? Who said he couldn't?
Who said he can?
So how you gonna use him as an example? You don't know that he can't do none of that.
Let's just say he can't. Then what? Is he not masculine?
No, we're not just gonna say that he can't do it.
Okay, Jeff Bezos, the king of Saudi Arabia. Okay, the king of Saudi Arabia.
You don't know that he can't do it. I'm pretty sure Jay-Z.
You think the king of Saudi Arabia?
I'm pretty sure Jay-Z knows how to fix minor things that went wrong with his car, especially from his days back
not in his house
where he couldn't afford a mechanic. He ain't got to do it today. That don't mean he don't know how to do it.
So you saying the king of Saudi Arabia is plugging up toilets?
So you saying Beyonce not a woman because Beyonce probably don't cook? I'm pretty sure they have a cook. So Beyonce is not a woman.
She need to be.
Who can play that game? Beyonce is not a woman.
She need to be cooking to show love to her man. Cooking is a part of love. Cooking is a part of love.
All right, let's see what's going on in the chat.
You don't believe that? You don't believe that?
He's
cooking ain't a part of love?
I never said I didn't believe cooking wasn't a part of love. I believe being a man who can fix, build, repair things. A man who can mow lawns, whack weeds, clean gutters. A man who can do traditionally masculine stuff. That is a part of being a man. That's very attractive to women. Why do you think there's videos on my YouTube page of me literally fixing little things going wrong with my car? Because I'm trying to explain to dudes, yo, it's attractive to women when you can do that. I literally had a woman tell me one time, my ex, as a matter of fact, told me one time, we was coming back from a vacation, and I popped the hood just to make sure everything was Gucci with the car and refill some fluids. And she was like, well, that's one of the most attractive things I ever seen you do. Yes, it matters. Because it's like, I have a man. Because at the end of the day, we living in a society right now where we're benefiting off of the conveniences of modern science. If we get an EMP attack, right? Or we go to war and the power get knocked out, women want to know their man can shoot a gun. Women want to know their man have the muscle mass to intimidate. They want to know he can fight. They want to know he can fix things, build things, repair things. They want to know that you can hunt. They want to know you can get your hands dirty. No, I'm not going to say you're not a man if you can't do these things. But yes, it does play a role into your masculinity. But if you're going to turn around and tell me, oh, well, just because cooking is something that could be done every day, it disqualifies a woman from her femininity because she can't cook, as if she can't still be nurturing, as if she still can't be caring, as if she still can't be submissive, as if she still can't be cleanly, as if she still can't be a great mom, solely because she can't cook. But then you're gonna disqualify how all those little things come. And if I say, well, men should know how to do that, you're gonna make it seem like, oh, only in America are men expected to do that. Then why the hell do all Latino men know how to fix cars?
That's because they have
I
a
know
choice.
Latino girls who know how to fix cars. You
But my
acting like
thing is,
knowing how to do survival instinct based things, which is part of protecting and providing, because it's deeper than just money. It's things men shouldn't have to do. That's my problem with these spaces. See, now you done got me warmed up. That's one of my problems with these spaces, because everything a man is supposed to do is, oh, we shouldn't have to do that. Everything a woman is supposed to do is a huge deal.
I never said you didn't have to do that. Wait, I never said you didn't have to do that. So one, I said you don't have to, like the king of Saudi Arabia is still masculine, even though he don't plug no toilets, he don't cook and clean, he has servants because his role is different. But he's still masculine because he has a powerful kingdom. I'm just saying that plugging a toilet doesn't disqualify you as a masculine man.
Just brought up a good point. He said this man is ignorant. In third world Latin American country, a man has to do. He can't hire because there's not enough infrastructure. Which goes back to what I was saying about the police. There's no police force there. There's no infrastructure there. Like some of the stuff y'all be saying about overseas be making me wonder how often y'all have actually traveled before. Because if I say there's not a strong police force in Dominican Republic and Thailand and these places, and they be like, oh, yes, there is. No, there's not. It's a third world country for a reason, bro.
I never said Dominican had, but in Mexico, they did have a strong police force.
Okay, another comment here. As a modern man, you gotta be able to handle the masculine task, car maintenance with the tools you have available, and maintenance, etc., and even cool. But stop naming billionaires. You gotta get, you gotta get up and cut the grass and change the oil and work. Mechanics are sexy.
No one said that you
didn't
have to do that.
I don't ever see any of them complaining about women. Bingo. And I'm saying all this because it's the truth. I want my guys to win. The manosphere tells y'all don't have to do any of this stuff, and it's only modern women in America who expect you to be a damn man. And so if you get your passport, well, this ain't the manosphere, this is just the passport, bro. But if you get your passport, you can go overseas and you don't have to do any of this stuff anymore. And it's cat. They still gonna expect you to be a man. They're still gonna expect you to be able to fix things. They're still gonna expect you to be able to build things. They're still gonna expect you to provide. They're still gonna expect you to protect. And you're gonna really have to protect overseas because they ain't got no damn police force. And the men who do these things that you're saying them in things, and this is important. You're saying, oh, this shouldn't matter. It does though. Because when you say to me, oh, well, you got women doing this and you got women doing that, they're doing that because I'm doing this stuff that men like you, the modern men, we always talk about the modern women, but we don't talk about the modern men. The modern men can't do these things, but I can. So guess what that makes me? Higher value. This is why I tell men to learn how to do these things.
So let me clarify.
Everybody not going to make six figures, but if you can fix minor appearances around the house, if you can fix minor issues with a car, she can be like, damn, that's a man. She might not care as much about you only making 50 or 60,000. But if all you ain't got no personality, you ain't got no confidence, no nothing, and you coming up with a $60,000 job and a boring ass personality, you can't fix nothing, you can't build nothing, you can't do nothing, and you expect this woman to come in and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be submissive to you. Why would she do that? That's the problem. Then y'all say, oh, go overseas, you don't have to be able to do any of this stuff. It's a lie, it's a setup. You don't gotta do it when you got that American dollar. Move your ass over there and not be able to do that shit and see how long you last.
But that's not reality. So let me clarify some things because you keep assuming stuff. One, I'm not saying fixing things is required. It's required, but if you have the money to delegate, like many people with means, delegate it so you can do other stuff. It's not a full requirement. Yes, it's very helpful to do those things, but if you have the money to delegate because your time is precious, you would delegate it. That's just common sense.
But the average man doesn't have money to delegate.
So you saying you don't pay for a mechanic?
Man makes $50,000 to $60,000. The average man doesn't have enough money to be. You don't need to pay. If you when I fixed my side mirror, it cost me $100. If I would have took my car to the dealership they would have charged me $650 to fix that side mirror. Now I actually had the $650 to fix the side mirror. The average American man ain't pulling $650 out of his damn wallet randomly because a bus hit his side mirror and he don't feel like waiting for the check to come in the mail. You can't
Every
drive
man,
without the damn side mirror. So he would have been out of a car because he couldn't just go to the store and buy the parts and fix the damn thing himself.
some men value
That's what I'm
time more
talking
than
to you
money.
about.
But wait, some men value time more than money.
But we're talking
It
about the
depends.
average man. We're talking about the average man. The average man can't afford every time any little thing go wrong in his house to pay somebody, bro. Unless you arguing that they can. You think they can?
If we're talking about fixing minute things, if you value your time more than your money, it depends on the situation. Not everything's black and white. You keep making it like it's black and white.
I'm
Everything's
not
gray
making nothing
and
black and white.
complicated.
All I'm saying is men should have these skills. You're arguing that it doesn't matter. And
I
I'm
didn't
trying to
say
explain
it
to you
didn't
that it
matter.
does.
I said that it depends on the situation. If you got the skills, use it. If you have the means to delegate that, do it. If that's what you value, that's all I'm saying.
Okay, let's see what they're saying up in this chat real quick. Hang on, let me scroll up a little bit. Damn, y'all coming in so damn fast. I can't even. Hold on. Hold on. What we got here? Okay, somebody said Latinas are much more aggressive than any black women. I've been to the DR. The women are prostitutes and will set you up. Way different in Latin America. This dude's
Women
been
set you
listening
up
to too many
anywhere.
prostitutes. This
Women
dude's
set
been
you up
listening to
anywhere.
too many passport bros online. Dang, y'all keep coming in and knocking the damn chat back. What else we got here? Justin, yep. Alex, fixing things and doing masculine traditional things are sexy and a necessity. Plus, you save money, more importantly, in the long run. Exactly. Daddy,
If you got the means,
baby girl,
men value time more
anything
than
you want to
money.
know how to fix, you can search on YouTube, especially minor things. I just passed a drywall from a YouTube video. Bro, Mexico is overrun by cartels. Fixing things saves money, so it's the same as making stacks, to be honest.
America's
Good shit,
overrun with
Greek me.
gangs and
I just
crime.
replaced my toilet a couple weeks ago. Being a masculine man is about physicality. Exactly, especially basic things like
No one said that wasn't the case, though.
Your
Nobody
job
said
could disappear tomorrow. Bro said, why be an elite man when I could just pay my entire life savings instead? Respect, brother. You gotta do what you gotta do. I changed my side mirrors 2 months ago. Only took 20 minutes. Exactly. And my thing is, I would have to pay someone $600 to do it.
Some
Now,
men
again,
value their
I could
time
pull
more
out
than
that
the money.
$600, but the average man doesn't. You just said the average man works from 9 to 5, right?
Yes.
He don't got time to fix his side mirror.
I don't know.
Off 2
Every
damn
man's
days. He working
different.
9 to 5.
I don't know. Every man's
So
different.
the average man makes $50,000 a year. Which, going back to my other point, the average man cannot just pull out $600 because some jackass hit his side mirror and just fix it. He gonna have to wait for that check. How is he gonna drive to work? He's missing the side mirror. You can't legally drive around with a whole missing side mirror. So if he don't know how to fix it, he asked out basically.
Obviously, fixing things is important, but I'm saying if some
Right,
men
so
have the means.
Why I'm trying to figure out why are you arguing against that, brother? Like why?
I'm not arguing against it. I'm just saying that some men don't have to do that, yet they're still masculine. The king of Saudi Arabia ain't fixing no side mirrors. Let's just
okay.
keep
So
it a buck.
So then why are you basing a woman's femininity on her ability to cook? What if she's just
cooking
a bad
is an
cook?
everyday thing. Cooking is an
That
everyday
don't mean
thing.
she gotta do it. What if she's
If
good
she don't
again?
want to do it?
Say it again.
No, I said if she don't want to do it, that's on her. But that's a very major role in femininity. Cooking is an everyday thing that you should want to do for your man to show love. That's all.
But if she can't cook, is what I'm saying.
You can teach her.
You said the Prince of Saudi Arabia ain't changing no, he not buying no appliances. So again, going back to Beyonce's example, I said, well, Beyonce can hire a cook. You said she should still cook for her man.
To show love,
yeah. In your head that a woman loses her femininity if she can't cook, but a man doesn't?
I never said she loses.
For not having femininity.
I never said she loses it.
I said, is she still feminine if she can't cook? Because you said the prince of whatever random country you were talking about, he ain't gonna be out there changing nothing, and that don't make him not a man. So I said, okay, if a woman can't cook, does that make her not a woman?
She loses a huge part of her feminine role. Yeah.
Okay, so does a man lose a huge part of his masculine role if he has no ability to do anything physical? He can't. He don't cook. Not cook. He don't fix or build nothing. He ain't cleaning no damn gutters out. He don't mow no lawns. He don't whack no weeds. You don't think a man loses any type of points for not being able to do these basic things that most men are expected to be able to do?
Does Elon Musk lose any points? Does he not still get women, beautiful supermodels?
You said the women that you work with can't cook. Do they still get men?
Men, yeah, they got husbands.
Exactly. But that don't stop them from being non-feminine, right?
No.
Exactly.
But
so now you're bringing up these billionaires, which is false equivalencies and irrelevant. Again, we don't know that Elon Musk can't do that. But Elon Musk is a damn billionaire. Most men aren't billionaires. If they can save money, you just seen several dudes in the chat say the same thing I just said. When I'm like, it's better to be able to fix little minute things than drop the money for it. You talking about billionaires. The average man is not a billionaire.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. So if he can't do these things, they got to fork out money as a family to fix it. That's unattractive. You should just be able to fix the side mirror. You should be able to plunge the toilet. You should be able to clean the gutters. I shouldn't have to drop a stat to pay someone to climb my roof and clean the gutter. Get your ass up there and clean the damn gutter. Just like you said.
But no one's saying that you don't have to.
It doesn't matter if she has enough money to hire a cook. The CDO that I dated, bro, she made $150,000 and she still cooked. It doesn't matter if she could pay someone to cook. She did it because she felt like it's important, and like you said, it's showing love.
But a man expectations for a woman is different. But a man expectations for a woman is different, and vice versa. A man expects his woman to cook for him. This is what I'm trying to get.
Chat. This is what I'm trying to get y'all to realize. And this ain't even a shot at you, but I'm telling you, this is why modern men struggle and they don't get submissive women. And you can keep taking it back to, oh, well, women are only submitting to you now because you haven't married them. And I'm going to keep going back to how you just said you had to fight with a woman just to get her to cook for you. And she wasn't married to you. So clearly it ain't that damn simple, because if that was the case, any man who's not married should be submissive women falling out of the sky trying to get that ring. And that ain't happening by your own admission. That's why you telling them to go overseas, because that ain't happening. So clearly I'm doing something that's making women respond to me in this way. And what I'm doing is being a whole masculine man. All elements of masculinity. It's not just about money. Same thing like I was telling you with the Tom Brady thing. It's not just about money. There's other things that go into masculinity. Actually being a good dad who can spend time. Actually being able to relate to your woman. Actually being able to teach her things. Being able to fix, build, repair things, climbing gutters, mowing lawns, weed whacking, doing minor fixes and repairs to your car, being able to fire a gun, being trained in combat sports, taking care of your body so you got that physicality and you got that intimidating presence in your household, being a leader, being a decision maker, being able to take care of yourself consistently. All that stuff is stuff modern men are not. They don't think it's important.
And you just proved my point.
I'm trying to pick on you, but it's very important that you brought this up, because that's why people struggle, man.
And you just proved my point. You named all these minute list.
It's not minute.
In Latin, wait though. In Latin America, it's simple. Can you provide for her? Are you nice? And are you a good lover? That's about it. Boom. Everything, all the other little stuff, she already knows she's supposed to take care of her man. You already know you're supposed to take care of her. All these lists that you just said.
Somebody said Elon Musk can't keep a woman. So it's a bad example. As a man, I'm tired of hearing these brothers that don't want to be masculine but expect a woman to stay in complete femininity. It's the same as women with huge expectations as a man, but she can't reciprocate. This is why the dude is single with a submission deficiency. And we're not trying to pick on you, bro.
No, you good. No, you good. But
I don't want
I'm
it to come
telling
off
you
that way. The chat is the chat, but I don't want it to come off that way. But what I want you to understand, because you're not getting it, I want you to understand it. And the people who are watching, because we up in the double digits, it's a good amount of people watching. I want y'all to understand this, especially the men. You cannot keep. This is the biggest problem with modern men. I hate that it even took us this long to get to this point, because some people are gonna miss this message. You cannot make masculinity like it's minute or it's troublesome or it's annoying and then expect a traditional feminine woman. If you don't want to be a traditional masculine man, then do 50-50 and deal with the masculinity that's going to come with a woman who's willing to do that. But you cannot say, I don't need to know how to do all these little minute masculine, traditional masculine things, and then be like, but she need to be doing this, this, and this. They're not going to do that shit. This is why men are having, and like I said, we don't want to seem like we picking on you, but the ladies are right. It's not just ladies, there's some dudes in the comments too, but the ladies are right. This is why modern men are having submission deficiencies, because y'all think that this doesn't matter. And I'm trying to tell you that it matters, and they're agreeing with me that it matters, and y'all sticking on this thorn of, oh, it shouldn't matter. You should just be submissive to be submissive. So we're going to go overseas, and the women overseas don't require any of this. And that is not even true. That's a lie. Not only am I telling you that's not true, the chat's telling you that's not true. You go overseas, you have to be more protective. You go overseas, you got to know how to fix, build, and repair more stuff. So you're running away from, and it's funny because it's all tied together. When we first started the conversation, I said men are running away from being masculine.
Let me speak.
That's what it is.
If you let me speak, then we'll have everything all cleared up. So one, I never said a man shouldn't. I just said you have to provide for your lady. Providing means, obviously, you're going to protect your woman. You ain't going to let nothing happen to your woman. Obviously, that means you're going to take care of things in the house, the minute stuff. But it's not all this other stuff that you keep trying to bring up. It's more simplified, common sense stuff. If some break, okay, I'll fix it, or I'll just pay for somebody to fix it. Duh. You keep saying all these little specific stuff.
I'm not saying little specific stuff, bro. I said you should know how to fix, build, and repair. You said you don't got to know how to do all that.
No, I said if you value your money, you don't have
little things that happen that you should know how to fix. Like if your side mirror, you should be able to fix that. If you need like a slight oil change, you should be able to do that. Cleaning gutters, whacking weeds, mowing lawns.
Most guys aren't changing their
oil. You're acting like I asked for dudes to literally build a house from scratch. I ain't saying nothing. Everything I said is stuff that a man should know how to do, bro.
Most guys are not changing their oil though. What do you know changing their oil?
I know several dudes who change their oil. But I'm not saying that you have to necessarily change. I was just giving you an example of small stuff. Changing the tire, fixing the side mirror. You should be able to look this type of stuff up and do it. You should.
If you value the time, sure.
Today that their tire blows, they can't change the damn thing. Literally, they can't. They don't know what to do. They're gonna call somebody to fix it, like you said. You know how unattractive that is. If you're a woman and you in the car and the tire pop and it's a replacement in the back seat, you got to call some damn body and change the tire.
And yet women still married to these men who don't know how to do that. I'm not saying you shouldn't not know how to do it. I'm saying that some people value. You think a CEO of a company is out there plugging toilets and all that?
Company?
No, but we just using it as an example.
Is the average man a CEO of a company? The average man is he a CEO of a company?
But of course not.
So why do you keep talking about Elon Musk and all this stuff? That's what they keep putting in the track.
But you just said you're not masculine if you don't know how to do it though.
He got $50,000 to pay all his bills and take care of his family. He ain't got money to be paying somebody every time some little ass thing goes wrong in the house. Fix it. You're supposed to be able to. Do you realize I know some men who high six-figure earners who build decks to their house for fun because they're bored? Literally, because they're bored. Like, hey, I just went over to my friend's house. He got a whole deck. I was like, we should put this deck back there for you. He's like, oh, I just wanted to have a deck, so I just built it. I figured I had some free time during the week, and so I built the deck.
You said
this is traditional
earlier
masculine stuff. Like you should know how to do these things, bro.
Let me speak. Let me speak. So wait, so you said that if you don't know how to fix every little thing, you're not masculine.
I never said every little thing, bro.
You just said if he don't know how to fix this.
I was giving you
not traditionally masculine.
That you should know how to fix. That's not every little thing, bro. Changing the tire and fixing the side mirror is not hard. Someone just put in the chat, oil change isn't hard. That's little shit. That's not big.
But if you don't have time to do that, if you don't feel like doing it, you just don't feel like doing it. That don't mean you're not masculine. Okay, you can be a gym bro.
Do mean you're not masculine. You a lazy.
So you saying?
You're lazy. Yes, that's no different than a woman saying I don't feel like cooking and hiring a cook. That's what I keep trying to tell you. That's why I tell men not to date those women because
cooking is an everyday thing. Changing the oil is once every 3 to 6 months.
You're making excuses for men not to be men. It doesn't matter.
Saying them for not to be men.
If a man says I don't feel like doing it, I can hire someone to do it. That's no difference than a lazy ass woman saying I don't feel like cooking. I'm gonna get DoorDash. I don't feel like cooking. I'm gonna hire a cook.
First off, chicks don't even care about whether you get the oil change done, long as it's done. They don't care. Oh, they don't think, oh, you're not masculine just because you don't know how to do an oil change. That's not even realistic. That don't even make any sense. I never in my life heard
oil change. It's about not being able to fix, build, or repair anything. That's been my point this whole time. You need to know how to fix, build, and repair stuff. Just like women need to know how to cook. What you're doing is looking for little holes to wiggle out of that, which I don't understand why. This is why I don't like the passport bro movements and that MGTOW and all that crap. Because all they do is make excuses for men to not be men. That's all and they put it all on the women. Oh, the women should just be doing this and should just be doing that. Not when y'all not doing what y'all supposed to do. Because a Latin man ain't gonna sit there and talk about I don't feel like fixing my car, so I'm gonna pay someone. His ass gonna fix it. You ain't no way you ever been around the Latino men and you ain't seen them working on cars. They working on cars. This is masculine shit. If you live in areas where people own houses, dudes just be outside working on their car for fun. This is supposed to be fun for you. If you're a masculine man, a feminine woman should have a cookbook. Why? Because it's supposed to be fun. She's just supposed to enjoy the process of cooking.
But yet they don't. But yet they don't cook.
As a man who can't do none of this shit, it doesn't matter which ones you can and can't do. If he can't do none of it, that's not a masculine man, bro. Masculine men dirty, bro.
So you saying a guy who's a soldier but never fixed the oil change or something like that, he not masculine? Or a businessman or a guy who works at a Fortune 500 company don't have time to clean his gutters.
Bro, I work at a Fortune 78 company now.
Mm-hmm.
The CDO I dated worked for a Fortune 100 company just like me.
Wait, so
and her ass had a cookbook. And
so you don't fix the gutters, you're not masculine.
I still changed my side mirror. What you're doing is making excuses for men to be lazy bums. That's what you're doing, bro.
I'm not saying that you don't have to do it. I'm saying is just because you don't fix the gutters this one time or whatever, that don't mean you're not masculine. There's plenty of masculine things. You should be tough. You should always take care of your body, be strong, all that. But cleaning the gutter doesn't disqualify you as a masculine man. That doesn't make any sense.
I said not being able to fix, build, or repair things. It doesn't matter if you can't clean the gutter, but you can fix small things with your car, you Gucci. If you can't fix small things with your car, but you can do little plumbing stuff like unclogging toilets, you Gucci. If you can't unclog the cords, but you know how to get up on the roof and clean the gutter, you Gucci.
Okay, let's say you don't. Let's say you
it to one thing. No, I said the ability to fix, build, and repair doesn't mean you have to be able to do everything, but you should be able to do something. Men are supposed to be working on the yards, in their cars, in their house, and building and adding to it 24/7, just like women should just be cooking and doing interior design and stuff because it's feminine. You don't have to tell a woman to add a statue to the house or to change the blinds or to change the curtain. She just does it. A man should just look around. Hey, that chandelier look like it's getting low. Let me get my ass on the ladder and screw it back in.
Let's say
people to do this shit for you. That's lazy.
Let's say he don't know how to do any of the little small handiwork, but yet he's a boxer because all he do is box all day. Is he not masculine? or no? Answer the question.
So you're implying this botcher doesn't know how to fix anything.
Let's just say he don't know how to. He don't have time because all he do is train.
Doesn't know how to fix anything. Then no, it doesn't make him not masculine. Bro, I've explained to you like 6 different ways. It doesn't matter what you know how to do, but you need to know how to do something.
Okay,
I was just giving you examples because you said, well, what's an example? I was giving you examples.
Okay, let's say you know how to fix everything, but you don't know how to fight. Are you masculine? But you know how to fix everything, but you scary. You're not masculine?
No, you're not. If you're scary, you're not masculine. Hell no.
Okay.
If you're scary, you can't be a protector. How are you going to be a scary protector?
Okay, so my thing is then, okay, let's just say you know how to fight, but you don't know how to fix, you don't do any handiwork. Are you not masculine?
No, you're not.
Okay.
No, okay. You need to be a whole man. This is why on this channel we call it the elite man. Your ass need to know how to fight. You need to know how to shoot. You need to know how to repair, build, and fix things. You need to know how to lead. You need to get you a college degree or get you a trade so that you can provide. You need to be a man. If you don't want to be a man, that's fine. But then guess what? You're going to get a masculine woman because she's going to have to pick up where your ass is falling off. And then y'all going to be online complaining. Get your passports. All these women are masculine. Going back to what you asked me before, do I believe that American women are traditional? Yes, because I'm a man. If you're not a man, they ain't gonna be traditional for you. This is why I don't got a box to get women to bake me apple pies. This is why it has nothing to do with marriage. This is what I was trying to tell you earlier. You're like, well, you get married, they're gonna change up. No, they're not, because they're not doing it for men in relationships. You know why? Because these are not masculine men.
We'll see when you get married. We'll see when you get married. We'll see when you get married, my friend. We'll see.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, it's good.
You capping right now because you ain't married. You ain't married. You capping.
All right,
he ain't married, but he talking about she gonna do this and never been married. Capping.
What's the chat talking about, man? Again, the channel is called Reset Relationships, and your whole thing is I'm just gonna say you're not married because that's my.
Like, but yet you get mad at passport bros for traveling, having relationships outside, but not getting married.
Having relationships, they tricking. Where's your girl at? Exactly.
Who's
tricking? Not having relationships. They're tricking.
Who's paying for pussy though? Who's tricking?
Your boy Austin Hollerman.
I don't know that.
The dude in the review.
Have you seen it? Have you seen it?
On that Thailand girl who they had twerking and was smacking her ass for $10. What you mean? Who tricking?
That's entertainment, bro. Come on, stop that. Stop that. You know that's entertainment, bro.
Your whole argument is entertainment. The whole entire passport bro movement is entertainment. It's illogical. Okay. Really over like the first
Ace Live, Amaro, they all not doing it. Velope, they all not doing it right now. They all not traveling, living their best life.
You gotta be able to. In Latin America, you gotta be able to legally rewire a whole house, fix a car with no battery, keep the cartels and gangs off your back, all while making $4 a day. Most of the men I know change their own oil. Exactly.
Most American guys ain't changing their oil, bro. Most guys going to the take stuff. One.
Men fixing stuff makes me wet. It's literally foreplay. I said that. So many excuses. Did this brother have any adequate male guidance in his youth? What are you doing with your time? Shanita had a good point. What are you doing with your time? You go to work. You don't have time to spend with the children. You don't have time to fix anything. So what are you doing? He moves the goalposts a lot. My stepdad work out his car every single day. He stay in the garage for fun. Exactly. If you a man, this is supposed to be fun.
If you got that kind of time, but if you work at 9 to 5, working out, doing your other businesses, how do you have time to be in the garage all day? Come on, bro. That's not realistic. Only retired people do that.
Bro.
Stop.
All right, so we gonna go right back to what Shanita said. What are you doing with your time? You go to work, you don't have time to spend with your children, you don't have time to fix anything. What are you doing? No matter what job you work, bro, you're gonna have free time. You're talking to a man who owns a production company with a movie on Amazon. Just so you got my background. Mm-hmm. You're talking to a man who owns a production company with a movie on Amazon, a videography and photography business, a financial advising business, all at the same goddamn time.
So you gonna have time to
fix my car.
So you gonna spend out. So you gonna have time. So you gonna have hours in a day to fix your car. You're gonna spend 4 hours.
I posted my myself fixing my car. And guess what? I still worked that goddamn day, and I still uploaded the video that day.
Then you value the money more. Then you value the money more than the time. You value the money more than the time.
So what does a man do when he's not working?
Whatever he wants. Whatever he wants.
Masculine shit, like working out.
Some dudes play video games all day. Some guys golf all day.
And you know what? And the dudes who play video games all day, it's nothing wrong playing video games, but the dudes who play video games all day is the dudes who come online complaining about women not being submissive.
There's guys who made their career off playing video games and they millionaires.
Complaining about women not being submissive and talking about getting their passport. Because they play video games all damn day.
So the guys who play, there's guys who make careers, make millions of dollars playing video games all day on Twitch.
That's less than 10% of the population. Most dudes who play video games all day ain't making no goddamn money, and you know it.
There's guys who play golf all day. It's whatever you want to do with your time.
But I'm not gonna let the video game stop me from fixing my goddamn side mirror.
That's you.
One more than the other.
Some men value time more than money. That's okay. That's okay.
Just like they say the women do, homie can't answer a single question.
I answered the question. Some men value time more than money. A whole
bunch of hopscotching, man. A whole bunch of this debate is over his head. He just wants to use these talking points to get a following on YouTube. He don't believe half of this shit he's saying. All these what ifs. Laugh my ass off. If you are scary, you need to get a masculine woman. And thank you, Shanita. You can't get a feminine woman and you scary. That don't make no sense. Super tricks. They want the choopy girls in the beaches in the DR. Austin Holloman admitted to paying for it. Literally. He sees everybody else's business except his fellow passport bros. Son, you not working out. Fake BBL, cemetery booty Dominicans. Y'all going off in the chat. Ain't nobody working 24/7. You got time. Exactly, bro.
It's whatever you want to do with your time. It's not about it's whatever you want to do with your time. Some men value the time more than the money.
This man spends all his time eating. Oh, man. Now y'all roasting. All right, man. Look, we're going to get ready to get out of here, man. We're going out 3 hours. Go ahead and give your closing thoughts, man. At the end of the day, we appreciate you for coming on, presenting your point.
It was good. It was a good debate. I agree with some of your talking points. Not gonna lie, I agree with some of your talking points. So like I said, if you want a second option, get your passport just in case, but still work on yourself though. Still develop yourself, still become the best you can be. Reach your masculine potential. So that's all.
All right, appreciate it. Look, again, appreciate you from coming on. All right, we're having fun in the chat, but go ahead and support the brother, man. I brought him on. He's trying to do his thing. I don't disagree with everything you said either, man. Believe it or not. I know I went a little bit hard, but debating is kind of my thing. You got to keep it, got to keep the energy up.
Yeah.
Everything you're saying, I do think brothers should get their passports and travel. I do not think they should do that looking for a wife or a relationship for the reasons that I stated. It can only end one of three ways. And I always say this. You're either going to bring her over here, and she's going to realize you don't really got money like that, and you're not living like that, and she's going to become hypergamous. She's going to leave you for a dude who living like that, okay? Or you're going to leave her overseas, and you basically cuckolding yourself, because whenever you're not there, she's going to be smashing a loco, and she's only going to pretend to be loyal to you when you come back over there, all right? Or you're going to move over there, and she's going to leave you for a loco anyway, because you're going to move over there. You're not going to know the native language. You don't have a job where you're working remotely, so you're not going to be bringing in those American dollars. So she's going to realize, I'd be better off with a loco man because he don't got that American sauce. Those are the three reasons that I don't think going overseas makes sense for the average man as far as looking for a wife. Now, if you're a high six-figure earner, okay, and you just like foreign women, and you want to go overseas and bring one back over like my man Ed did, then that's fine. But for the average man needs to become an elite man. An elite man is a whole man. An elite man has his own place, has his own car, all right, has a stable job or career because he went to trade school or he got a college degree. He knows how to fix, he knows how to build, and he knows how to repair things. He knows how to lead. He has a vision and a focus, not just a plan for himself, but a plan for his women, okay? He's a good dad who spends time with his kids. He works out, takes care of his body. and he has knowledge to pass on to his woman and his family, because women love a man who can teach them something. Okay, become a whole man. If you become a whole man, it makes up for what you lack in money. You don't need 6 figures if you have all these other things. You only need a lot of money if money is all you bring to the table. Make sure you're a complete man and you bringing everything to the table. All right, guys. Listen, thanks for coming on, man. Like I said, y'all show him some love. You know, we was messing around with you, but we appreciate you.
Nah,
Now,
man, I got thick
channel.
skin, brother.
Brother.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, I
man,
got
I'm
thick
definitely
skin, man. Let's
like
go.
I said, it's gotta be kind of entertaining, so we gotta have some fun. But I'm gonna
Yeah, yeah,
definitely support you. Elite Fleet, show him some love.
yeah,
I am Alex, and I am out. Peace. Thanks for coming on, man.
yeah.